agitating. I was saying, Saddam coming, Saddam coming. I said, I'm saying this now for all of you to understand why, part of the reasons why I never stood up for that, the call for protest then. For you guys to understand my mindset now. And I was like, apart from the information I got, I understand Nigeria. I understand the people that run this country. I understand how wicked, how evil, how diabolic they are. When they come to the south, they separate us and divide us with ethnicity. When they go to the north, they separate us and divide us with religion. That is how they play. That is how they play. Then while them they sit down up there and they now eat the food and watch us, the pawns, fight and scrabble. That's how they play. So I'm looking at it, I'm saying any protest that's going to happen in Nigeria now, then I'm talking about then I say any protest that's going to happen that does not start from, that does not include Kanu, include Kaduna, include probably Katsina, include, then come to the south, come to Lagos, come to because definitely Edo go protest, definitely Enugu or Anambra go protest, definitely part of Lagos go protest. Definitely, these are the sure bankers that we know that they will protest. We will know that protest will, people are getting, Plateau State will protest, Benue, partly Benue will protest. Any protest that does not occur in some key northern states will be termed a southern protest. And they will push that agitation, push that agenda, and push it as far as possible that any further protest we're going to do in the future, they have already tainted it already. So I understood it from that angle. And I was saying to my friends, brother, see what I am seeing. What is your plan to mobilize our brothers in the north? If you have no plans and you're screaming protest, you are just wasting your time. But what I can tell you that for a certain that I can see is that there is nothing that unifies Nigeria than hunger. One thing that unifies us is either hunger or good news. If it is we are playing football, everybody forget where we are from. Or sports, we forget all those things and unify. Or when we are under immense attack, we unify. Or when when there's a disaster in the land, we unify. I just know these factors. These are basic factors. And I've already seen Bola Ahmed. Tinubu is not coming there for me or for you or for any of these people. In fact, they did not vote for him. He did not win the elections. So who is he coming to fulfill? Who is he coming to impress? When he knows that inside him, saying that he money can enter there. Is it the 2,000 or 2 or less than 2 million people that allowed all this religion and tried to blind them and vote for him? He knows those people did not give him the elections to win. He won the elections with his money. So he's not coming there to fulfill anything. Then go suffer. We will suffer. It is a predominant, it is constant. Suffer go happen. It go shake it. We never see anything. So I already seen this happen and I said, my brothers and sisters, calm down. Because you see something in Nigeria, people that are very good at, if you have lived in Nigeria, but that is the happiness I have, is that I have lived in Nigeria. I have lived across every region in Nigeria. From the north to the middle belt, to the south, to the west. I don't live. And I don't mean I have visited. I have lived. So I understand how we operate as a people. You see people that are used to adjustment in Nigeria are the people from the south, especially people from the southeast. If you like, raise fuel to 6,000 naira. I can swear and tell you that the people that will buy it in Nigeria, the people that will buy it, it will pay them, but they don't have the option. But there are some people that there's a breaking point to there's a breaking, you can't extend some certain suffering beyond them. And that is our brothers and sisters in the north. I grew up in Nigeria. I spent all my teenage age in the north, in the middle belt. And I tell you for a certain that when I went to my university in the east, that was when I knew that we have two different Nigeria. We have two different Nigeria. If you don't know this, I'm telling you the truth. We have two different Nigeria. When you're going to enter bike in the north, that will cost you 50 naira. If you come to the southeast, that bike will cost you 300 naira. What you buy as food in the north for 50 naira, if you come to the southeast, you buy as food for 500 naira. I never understood any of these things that I came to school in the southeast. And I was like, The pocket money wey dem give me from house is finished under 1 week. And they come back and party say, which kind of thing is this thing? They say, what? I begin to complain. So I don't understand how do these people, it had to make me automatically adjust and started hustling. I started hustling as in, I started doing so many things because you just have to survive. All my mates dey for Jos, they flex. We can live in Jos with 5K and you're a big boy doing well. If you cook soup for house, flex and just oh my come east. I know say Nigeria get 2 countries. I know say we can live for 2 countries for this. For I say, what the fuck is this? I had to wake up. So I understood this that ST said it on this place. Say that my brothers in the north, please, you don't want to meet a taxman as your president. You don't want a taxman as your president. You will understand. Because everything for Tinubu is tax. You can tax the Igbo man, he will pay. You can tax the Yoruba man, he will pay. You can tax the man from the south, the Ijaw man, he will pay. But the north, for a very long period of time in Nigeria, has always lived in a system whereby, I'm not saying it's of their making, it's the making of the leadership there. The way Nigeria has been structured. It is the truth. This is the bitter truth I'm saying right now. That what is obtainable in the north is not what's obtainable in the south. So you now see that you can put fuel at 500 naira in Lagos and the rest will begin trek. But men guys go work. Men guys work. Men guys pay bills. You have to pay bills. You have to train your children. But my brothers and sisters in the north, if you put that kind of money for them, they just calm down. They calm down. And I've been saying this, that the day they will wake up in one mind of which it is coming, oh, please save this one I'm saying. It is coming. It is near us. It is I'm praying to God that they can be patient enough for us to get back our mandate. I am praying every day. I say, God, please, let this impending doom that is coming, let our northern brothers be patient enough for us to get back our mandate so that they can see a country that can work for everybody. Because you see, if Bola Tinubu budget 1 trillion naira to pay as palliative for the northerners, he will steal 1 trillion naira. They will not steal 1 naira. And the suffering will touch them. As it will touch everybody in the south. As it will touch every Nigerian. But the difference is that you in the south, you're used to suffering. How many checkpoints I never in my life growing up in the north had gunshots. I spent 16 to 17 years of my life in Jos. I never in my life had one gun shoot. Now lie. The only time I had gunshots in my life was when I came to the south. I don't know what thing they say, then they rob. People just live life normal. I know they see police checkpoints. Please drive from Owerri to Port Harcourt. You will meet over 20-something checkpoints in a journey less than 1 hour. Drive from Lagos to Benin. You will meet over 30 checkpoints in a journey less than 3.something hours. This is the reality of the country we're living in. All the policemen in the north are praying them to push them to the south. Because if a policeman in the north, which work will they do? You just wait for salary. You just wait for salary. You don't work. There's nobody that nobody is going to rob. Nobody's just live their life. They freestyle. Then you now impose this kind of hardship on those people. It is bound to backlash. There must be a backlash. So I saw this for a very long period of time. I said, obedience, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Let us follow this process to the very end. And at the same time, keep reminding ourselves of where we are coming from and where we are going to. And keep reminding this established political class that your days are numbered. I'm saying this with all humility in my heart and with all honesty that I pity Nigerian elite class when this uprising that I am seeing will befall that country. That Asha song, there is fire on the mountain. One day the river will overflow. There will be no place for you to run. There will be no place for you to hide. Then you understand all these people you're meant to have trained, all these people you're meant to have given skills, all these people you're meant to have educate. All these people are the people that your gate man, your waiter, your house help will all turn on you guys. That day is coming. You guys still with reckless abandon, with reckless impunity. We are going to help our northern brothers. That's why that's one major gift I'm going to be our business platform to educate our northern brothers to understand what they have. Because I grew up there and they know there are many of them my DMs. They don't want to join this our violence space challenge. Many of them say, munyi, but they are scared of posting. They have done the challenge, they are scared of posting because of the way they have made them feel like government is you have to worship government. But that dam is filling up. That dam is filling up. And there will be an overflow. Very, very soon. So our point is going, we want to make sure we help our brothers open up their eyes to understand that the North is richer than the South. The North in Nigeria, please, I'm saying this again, I keep saying all the time, people don't understand. The North is richer than the South. The difference is that the wealth of the South is for Nigeria, while the wealth of the North is for few Nigerians. I repeat, the wealth of the South is for Nigeria, while the wealth of the North is for few Nigerians, inclusive of Southern and Northern leaders. I'm not coming out and saying it's only Northern leaders are eating. No. Some of the richest big Igbo men in the North are partakers of the wealth of the North. They are the ones in charge of mining. I know some of them. They mine your gold, they mine your diamonds, they mine your lithiums, they mine your tantalite, they mine your tins, they mine your columbite, they mine everything from the North. And the people in the North are suffering in abject poverty. An awakening is about to happen in the country, and I honestly feel that every one of us has a very, very big role to play. And I'm saying this because I'm trying to draw a narrative and paint a picture where we are going to. The reasons why our brothers and our sisters will look at a country so blessed. The biblical country of milk and honey. When they say a land with milk and honey, that land is Nigeria. There is nothing on earth, there is nothing you will find in any country in the world that we don't have in abundance in that country. God has blessed us so much that we don't even suffer from natural disasters anymore. We have never suffered from. I imagine a country whereby there is if Nigeria, if a tsunami happens in Nigeria or an earthquake, that area is done forever. Ordinary erosion we cannot even control. Flooding, look at flooding, just look at flooding. The flooding in Nigeria is because are all man-made causes. We are so rich that we are meant to even be building dams across the country, but none is being built. Our water, our riverways have been occupied with sand. You cannot even dredge them. Wicked leaders, any money that comes in for contract, they will steal it. Build road, you steal the money. Build schools, you steal the money. Hospitals, you steal the money. Everything this political class do is steal, and steal. Then you now see young Nigerians, intelligent Nigerians, hardworking Nigerians saying, Omo, you better make I go die for desert. You better make I waka 6 months, 1 year, be slave in the hands of the Arabs, then finally pass through the Arabs, find yourself in a balloon boat on the Mediterranean Sea. Jimmy was saying many of them cannot swim in our last place, and I asked, I say, who wants to swim in a sea? What is your swimming technique? How long will you survive? Can you survive the waves? Can you survive the beast underneath the water? How long can you survive in the sea? A sea whereby pirates can come out and say, "Oh, mom, make we go pick like 5 girls for that boat." They will come there and they will open fire. People will be jumping from the boats and they will kidnap girls on the highway on the high sea. And they might feel like, "Oh, the rest, we'll just kill the rest," and they'll shoot every other person. Tunisia just signed an MOU with Europe to stop migrants from coming because they say that it is getting EU say it is too much on them. Ukraine has shaken EU. Ukraine disaster in Ukraine alone has made EU. Anybody in European Union understand what I'm saying? They have stretched EU, the workforce in EU right now. And you can't, the migrants in Africa are coming in droves, inclusive of our brothers in Nigeria, in their numbers. As I speak tonight, people go day out of Nigeria through Niger. Say, better make I go die. Because I don't see hope in Nigeria anymore. Hopefully on the platform today, some of them will come and share their stories and, experience. And, we will from there let people understand. I'm just saying this so that people can get me and the judiciary most especially, because I'm saying this for them to understand is that we are going to mobilize our people. We're going to mobilize Nigerians to understand, to come out and speak, to come out and live and understand that it is better you die in Nigeria fighting for what is right, fighting the people that have kept you in abject poverty, than to go out there and die, because your chances of survival is less than 10%. It's even more brutal now than it was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago. So, guys, I just think I've laid enough groundwork to our space today. I'm going to say this one more time. We got a message from David Hunde yesterday. On his and that his message was very, very clear, and he said something. And he said the source that gave him that information, that source is legit, confirmed. If Jimmy is going to say it, and that hopefully it is not true. And in that letter it was the drug dealer threatening the judiciary and our legal team, Article's legal team, and I saw that stuff and I was laughing. I made a tweet and I said, "Who the gods want to kill, the first make mad." Bola Ahmed Tinubu is at his dying stage of his stolen mandate. He's at that tail end of, he knows that there is no way out. He knows that he cannot survive what is coming. He either leaves that presidency through the judiciary, or Nigerians will pursue him out. That's the only two options he has. It's either he lives through the judiciary doing what is right, or the judiciary say no, and they bend to him, and him and the judiciary will leave. Nigerians must stand up in this season and take back their country. Take back your country, Nigerians. Get that in mind. Take back I don't know how to explain it. It is just like and 25%. It is simple English. Because if you do not take back your country, you will cannot be enslaved to this same establishment and to their children. Shagari's son, grandson, they give him a tweet now. They tell him when I say he prefer. I tell somebody, I'll drag that his tweet from before elections. I prefer let power be rotating among the elites than I need to go to an outsider or something. I think that it went viral. Shagari's son, grandson. You might be slaves and you will see that Shagari's great-great-grandson telling your great-great-grandchildren some things, because we, as a people, refuse to act when we had the chance and opportunity to do that. We all have to understand that to save Nigeria is a collective effort. If people go die for Nigeria to work, that time has come. That mindset is how we have to prepare ourselves now. Because for me, at this point in time, there's nothing I am scared of anymore. I'm not scared of. What is there? Is there life in Nigeria? I am not scared of anything, so I can speak truth to power and say that I am and as I feel. To border element, sir, you are a criminal. You have no business running for office. All you're there to do is to steal and empower yourself and this same satanic set of people that have kept us in bondage. Nigeria has to work. We are too blessed to be where we are. I have seen Nigerians in diaspora that came through this system, and I'm saying that, oh my God, their experience is something that every day I see one, I curse Nigerian leaders. Our leaders are wicked. Nigeria is too blessed that you can even be stealing. You will be stealing and you will be working. But no, for these guys, they don't want to work. Let them steal, and steal. No wahala. I reached out to one of my sisters. I'll wrap up my submission with this. I reached out to one of my big sisters and I said, auntie, she said that I'm nice what people are doing with the billboard. I said, thank you, ma. I think you said we should do one. Oh. She said, hey, Saddam, you will not understand. I said, I will not understand what, ma. She said, Saddam, I'm not poor. I said, you poor, okay? No, ma, you cannot be poor. It's not possible. Oh. She said, Saddam, you don't understand that there are only two classes of people right now in Nigeria. The rich and the poor. That we that were in the middle class, that we thought were in middle class, Buhari has taken us to the zone. I think Buhari and Tinubu has taken us to the poor light zone. That I cannot sleep because I'm thinking of school fees I'm going to pay by September. I'm going to pay my daughter's school fees 1 million naira. 1 million naira for school fees. That's why they can increase Unity School, federal. People don't know what Unity School, federal government college, federal boys high school or federal boys college, or how do they call it, FGC, federal government boys college, federal girls, all those schools, and then they turn the name to Unity Schools. They are now paying basic salary and school fees of 100,000 naira. Many of you on this platform went to FGCs. How much did you pay? Someone that has 4 children in federal government schools that is going to be subsidized, that is earning, let's say, 80,000 naira a month. How can that man wake up? How is that man going to pay 400,000 naira from where? I was looking at my friend on his Instagram, and he said to fuel his car, 1 liter to fuel his car. He had to fuel his car 2 times to fuel his tank 2 times a month or so. 50,000 naira for 1 car, 30,000 naira for the other car to full tank. He now did the math in 2 weeks. How much? In 1 month, over 670,000 naira to fuel car. Something must give. Something must give. All right, guys, I think I'm just going to open up the floor right now. Pass the mic over to Wellme Nigeria and Jimmy. It's going to be a long space as usual. Please, if you have experience across the waters, if you survive that journey and you want to encourage Nigeria to embark on that journey, please come up here and talk to them. If you think you survive that journey and you think that it is a journey that it is not worth going, please come out here and share your experience. I want to know experience of people, and at the same time, send a message to the Nigerian judiciary. Please send that message. And if you are here and you don't know how to communicate with your thoughts, please make a tweet for us. And at the end of your tweet, let us use the hashtag message to the judiciary behind your 1. 2, judiciary. I was very hard on you guys on Thursday. I want to say this one more time. You have nothing to be scared of. The office of the citizens is the greatest office in any land, bar Nigeria. Because for so long, Nigerians did not understand the power they have as citizens. We have for so long been docile. We don't know the power we get for so long. But now, We are like those, you are like a lion that have been kept with dogs, and you feed blood, and he tests blood. He will eat up all those dogs first, then go wild. That's exactly what we are. We have tested blood as of citizens, and we understand the power we have. So I tell you, judiciary, that you are playing with a tamed and an untamed lion. We go chop una if you guys mess up with our mandate. F around and find out. But we are here again one more time to press their freaking necks as we always do. It's going to be a long and amazing space, as I say. Please, guys, fasten your seatbelts, invite people into the building, and make tweets for us with the hashtag message to the judiciary. Let me hear your message to the judiciary today. Thank you. Well, enjoy. If your hands are not busy, please, you have the mic. Good evening.
Saddam, I think he's busy right now. He sent me a message underneath.
All
Okay.
right, please, let me go on, please. Thank you, bro.
Wait, Saddam, which one be F around and find out? Fuck around and find out. Saddam say F around. Which one be F around?
About some people say, I say for quiet, they talk. They say not too much. So.
My brother! Let's race. Mode. Eh? Welcome, people. Welcome. Welcome. You see, we come here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. There's no time mincing words. There's no time come out for us. Abia Honson, uh we have to say things the way they are, and the way things are right now. It's either we get our mandate or we get our mandate. There's no two ways to it. Absolutely no two ways. Obedient. Couple of people sent me message about they were just thanking, acknowledging, and everything. They were reminiscing on the day that travesty happened, the day they stole the hope everyone had put into this movement. They stole that hope, and it's like it's as if the world was going to end that day. People were crying, people were on my neck disturbing me. What are we going to do? I couldn't work that day. And the person was like, thank you, Oga Jimmy, you've done well, you and others, you've done this, you've done that we kept them strong, we kept them going. We have to do this, and we are doing it. We've invested a lot into this movement, people. They don't understand. And that's the reason why when I saw that tweet yesterday from David, I just thought to myself, okay, it's as if these guys, they want things to get worse sooner than expected. I'm not sure if they're testing the waters. I'm not sure if they are trying to call our bluffs. But I'm hoping and I'm praying they fuck around and find out. When I saw the video about the protest in the north by, I think, market women, the first thing that came to my mind was, Olong, please let these people just have more patience. Let them be more patient till we get at least judgment. May we just hear something, the first judgment from appeal court. May we just hear and make people understand what is going on. And when we were shouting before the election, we were shouting. They thought we were mad. They thought we are naive. We don't know what is going on. We don't even know politics. We are youngsters, Gen Z, millennia. We don't know what we they do. How long have we started? Four people tweeting in a room. Oh, suck you. Team Monkakan. Doing what we were doing. We weren't doing it for money. We weren't doing it expecting something back in return. Well, we're expecting one thing back: positivity, victory. We were expecting victory. No one was in this movement most obedient that I know, I've come across. They're not in into this movement for their own self benefit. Of people coming out, showing their anger, shouting, talking. One idiot, that jollof, I became like with fried rice. Obo, they use and dump me, Olori Buruku. They use and dumped you. That's because you're expecting something in return. Obedience. Clap for yourself. We were donating money, our hard-earned money, simply because we believed in Peter Obi, not because we expect him to give us a title or we expect a position from him. We just want a better country. The betterment of Nigeria is paramount to every single one of us. But you know, all of them, due to their selfishness, their selfishness, orí wọn ò pé mọ́ torí ìjẹkújẹ tó máa jẹ, torí ìdòdò tó fẹ́ jẹ, wọn lè sòdodo mọ́. Most of them cannot even step up and speak to power simply because they've been bought. And what they don't understand, it is just the beginning. You know why? This man is on vendetta mission. I mean Tinubu. He's on vendetta mission. Because deep down inside of him, he knows it. He did not win the election. He saw how badly he performed. Regardless how much he has sent out to people, regardless how much he spent. So now, why should I recognize you? Why should I give you something when I knew I did not win the election? When it's clear that you did not even deliver to me. You did not deliver. He saw how badly he did during this election. So why would you want to give them money? Why would you want to compensate anybody? Right now, what is soju everybody know? What is soju know what is for pani? Kò gbéṣẹ́ anybody more. He doesn't care about anybody. He's there to recover his spent money. He doesn't care. All these people shouting, crying, they fasted 7 days. 7 days in Nasarawa, 7 days in Cotonou, 7 days in Akure. Ebi ma payala ya yin ku ti mo keke se bere ni. And one idiot calling himself pastor. You see, when I come on Vawulence Space and I curse these pastors out, people think I'm mad. No, I'm not. I'm a Christian. I go to church. I'm a strong believer. But when you're doing the wrong thing, I will fucking call you out. I don't care who you are. I will call you out. We have pastors looking the other way, acting like they don't see anything. Is the one God has destined. Ayé gbogbo yín máa bàjẹ́ papọ̀. Ní ikú re gbogbo ẹ̀yin pásítọ̀ alábòsí. Iná ló máa jó gbogbo yín kú. I keep saying it. Ṣé rí ọjọ́ ìdájọ́, Judgment Day. Now go dey see the different pastors where they go dey direct to hellfire like this. Now go dey wonder say, hey, abeg who dey judge? Na CG and Ariwola dey judge today. No be Ariwola, na God, the Alpha and the Omega, the one that sees what they're doing when nobody can see. And you'll be wondering, hey, I was listening to this man all throughout. That is what is going to happen. All these useless pastors shouting, I fasted. You're not proud about how many, you're not bragging about how many people you've saved. You're not bragging about how many souls you've introduced to Jesus. You're not bragging about the people you've done Holy Communion with, how many people you've baptized. All you're bragging about is how you prayed and fasted for one single a walking fucking mannequin, a dead wood interim president. That man is not my president. And the only thing you could do is just brag about that idiot. Brag about how you suffered for him. Oh, Tim Mangakan. Why is he gay? You guys are the example of working and laboring in vain. Because when we were campaigning, you guys will labor in vain. Talowa labor in vain by. Talowa labor in vain by. Who labored in vain between Obedient and APC? We're not asking for money. In case you don't know, we came with our money. We came with our togetherness of positivity towards that country. We came with our hope, our zeal to make sure we put in that man there. Obi won that election clean. I will keep saying it any day, anytime. Elokole. Obi won that election clean. You stole it from him. But guess what? This man, oh my goodness, God bless him. This man came out and he spoke like a leader. He spoke like someone that wants to govern a country. He doesn't want to govern on dead people. He doesn't want to govern on ashes. He said, people be calm. We will go to the court. We won this election and we will prove it to Nigerians. Not just Nigerians, Africa and the world entirely. Are you guys seeing what is going on right now? Àwa ló kàn láti máa yọ̀ báyìí. Àwa ló kàn láti máa rẹ́rìn-ín. Àwa ló kàn láti máa ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́. Yẹ̀yẹ́ tán fi wá ṣe, ó ti da yẹ̀yẹ́ báyìí. We are now the one laughing. My timeline is filled up with different memes. APC making different tweets. We regret voting this man. Team Mankakan. Ebi apa. Ebi ti ń pa mọ́nàmọ́ná kú ló pa yín kú lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ebi máa pàyà yín kú bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wà yẹn. And the bigots, the ones that they can't even have access to him, selling tomato by gutter side. Say, go Obi to go and kill 8 years. After 8 years. For your information, it never even used 2 months. You guys still have like 7 years and a couple of months. So it's just 2 months. It's just 2 months. I only hope and wish that's the case. But my dupelo worry, be thankful that Obi is coming. Otherwise, Mama Fia, be thankful that the case is in court. Be thankful that there's someone, a politician like Peter Obi, that made the whole atmosphere calm. If you guys don't know it, Peter Obi, that is the man holding that country together right now. These guys are so selfish. The audio I sent out yesterday, I woke up this morning, they sent me another one, 3 minutes. I'm going to play it for you guys. You know, this guy was actually proud about the fact that he voted for Buhari. No, sorry, he didn't vote for Buhari. He voted for Jonathan during the 2015 election. He voted for Jonathan. So when Jonathan did win and Buhari came in, he said everything was going on smoothly for him. But people were screaming, suffering. But as people were screaming suffering, he was doing well. It was doing great in his business and whatever it is he's doing. And he goes, if this is what people are calling suffering, God, please don't let it stop. You can imagine that selfishness. You can imagine that selfishness. So he's saying now what is going on with him now is simply because he's getting punished for voting Tinubu. Guys, please spare me just 2 minutes.
In fact, I'm praying now that God should just forgive me. You see, Mr. Moses, during the time of Buhari, I've not seen anything suffering. God was prospering me, blessing me in every aspect. Even as people are saying hardship, I tell them, I say, if this is where hardship, let it continue because I didn't see anything hardship. And you know the reason? I did not support Buhari government from before he came. The first time I started voting in my life was 2014. That is for Buhari, during the Jonathan Buhari something. I mean, I tell you something? 2015, sorry. I did not vote Buhari. I voted for Jonathan. I believe that is why God exonerated me from the suffering or problem that people are encounter during Buhari. But you know this government, hey, my brother, because I'm so little, let me say at least I input 5% or 10% to the survival and winning. Let me say.
English, you know, Sabi. Let me say, these are the people that voted for Tinubu. Olori buruku gbogbo wọn. Oyinbo wọn gbọ́. And they will be the one talking. Now them be the professor for their neighborhood. Ibani Kura. The one I played yesterday, referring to Remi Tinubu as he is a religious bigot. Olori Buruku. Who sent you message? Can you mute your... Who sent you message? Who said make you go vote for him? So guys, if you're listening to me, don't worry. It's not your. There's nothing wrong with your hairs. Your hairs are working perfectly. It's the man. He knows have English. So men are not saying that they hear double. No. You guys are good. It's what he's saying, exactly the way he's saying it. Let me continue.
So that is why God wants me also to be part of people that will suffer, and God is going to have mercy on me. I will ask him for forgiveness. It's a great mistake I've ever done. A greatest mistake of my life. I've never felt suffering like this. It's too much. In fact, may I tell you something, Mr. Moses? Many people that God are using for me, that they used to bless me, even the government here and there, they are stopped. You know, win.
Please stop.
That February, they are stopped. They are stopped. That they pay tax, they stopped. Just because they said, they were congratulating me when he won. They were sending message, they were calling me, Bishop, congratulations, this and that. Bam, that month end, nothing. Since then, about 20 people, prominent people, they are stopped. Because they believe maybe I supported Tinubu and you'll be giving to me. Because they know, maybe they know, but I don't know. May God show mercy on me.
They know.
I do not go in spirit to know how his government is going to be. You know, I just see that he's going to win and I begin to pray he must win. I begin to call my small children. They will tell you, my children of 4 years, 6 years. They will tell you the prayer points that we do pray for Tinubu. So that is why God is allowing me to share from it. Please, I plead with you. Publish this and get this maybe to his media people. It's like I'm going to Damilayo, what is Damiloto? I'm going to send a voice message to him like this.
You heard it. That is a bigoted so-called pastor, acclaimed pastor, sharing his experience of how he's suffering right now. This is what is going on.
Jimmy, yeah. Please play. I want you to play that one you played yesterday in that Yoruba road space. Please, I beg. I beg you, God. I beg, play up, please. I beg, play up. No
Okay,
best.
well, if that's okay, I mean,
just play part of it. If you could play part of it, just keep it. You know, if you that's what we'll give them.
Yeah.
We'll give them
I want people to understand the kind of people that are actually clamoring for this guy, the kind of people that voted him in. I want you guys to understand. So, Obedience, you are not mad. We've been shouting all about Peter Obi for a reason. The Yoruba Road space I did yesterday, people have been talking to me about it. I'll probably come up with a way of keep doing it because it is therapeutical. After all the turmoil people went through that election, it was needed. Couple of people came on the space yesterday. They spoke. An Edo man came yesterday. He spoke Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa fluently. An Igbo girl came yesterday. He spoke Igbo, Yoruba fluently. Cindy Gold is here. She was there. She spoke Yoruba. She even said some Yoruba proverb and Ewi in Yoruba, an Igbo woman. That is the last card they pull out when they know they're not winning. They use it to distract us. They use it to turn us against ourselves. My Igbo brothers and sisters, my Hausa brothers, we are no enemies. We've been coexisting for a fucking long time. So don't let them use this bigotry to divide us. Don't let it happen. They've been doing it for a very long time. I'm using this opportunity to speak to the APC bigots on this space as well. For you guys to realize that even when this thing is going on right now, we are still preaching nothing but love. Even though you're not going to still suffer, that one is due to your own inaction. You're not going to suffer. That one, for every
suffering for them is sacrosanct.
Honestly speaking, and sacrosanct in Yoruba is tulas. OTD dandan ni ìyá yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ni ẹ máa mú mi ìyá. Kò sómi sùúrù mọ́ o, because omi sùúrù kan ti wọ́n báyìí. Omi sùúrù ti wọ́n. But then again, listen to this man again, and you will
Yeah,
understand.
as I was telling you, I am one of a very special and well dedicated spiritual and physical, financial food soldier for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Financial food.
I supported him so much that I've even received enemy, even in the Christendom, in Can, even by many pastors and servants of God and Christians. Why? I always supported him and I showed them that nothing is going to make him not to win. Are you hearing me? I even go to the length of sold my pilot jeep in following him and in doing prayer, following him, lock ourselves with other 6 people, making 7 indoor for him in fasting and prayer. White fasting, that he must win. Following him to campaign with fasting in many places. Are you hearing me? Nasarawa, Abuja. Are you hearing me now?
See, guys, I don't create an hashtag for "Are you hearing me now?" We go trend that hashtag. Oh, obedience. APC, are you hearing us now? Iya my dear. Hey, are you hearing the shege now? Are you hearing me? Let's play it around.
Ondo, Ekiti, Lagos, Osun, Delta, Edo, in many places. Some people see me, he see me. I think he saw me in some of the places. Both up to Tasnim Stadium in Lagos. Are you hearing me? We even go to Governor's house. That is in Marina. That is where me and him have some little talk. He had me over that day to Fasasi and the Kamal that whatever I want him to do, he will do. I discussed with them on phone with Fasasi. I go, in fact, I sacrifice a lot. Are you hearing me? I learned maybe Fasasi collected money, maybe he asked them to give me money, they didn't give me. In soldier, they are retiring now as a major general. Are you hearing me? If this government is not careful and we go indoor for 3 days and I know one thing or the other, Tinubu will be removed.
Okay. Now, this ignorant bastard thinks, right? He fasted and prayed for Tinubu. That his fasting and prayers for Tinubu actually made Tinubu win the election. The election that he stole. The election that was glaring, that everybody saw he stole. So now this man believed it was the prayer he prayed that got him there. So now he's saying simply because of the suffering he is going through now, he will now go back to go and pray and fast so they will remove Tinubu. This ignorant bastard doesn't know there is a court case going on right now. With all the prayers where we get for court now, where they happen, where people don't even know say court case then on now. This idiot go think say that the prayer and fasting where he won't pray go make them come out Tinubu. You see how ignorant these people are, not knowing that there is a process at which Peter Obi has already put in place, the legal process, and that's the legitimate process that can take him out. God go just they look this one say, hey, you don't suffer yourself anyway. There's food no cook their country. So if food there's where you want see money by must fast. That fasting is now by force. You must fast. Let me skip it to like 2-3 minutes before it finishes. I want you guys to listen to the last statement he made in this particular audio. Please go ahead.
I'm telling you, it's going to be an issue. It will be removed. Only 3 days marathon fasting. If I tear my clothes in the presence of God with tears.
Are you listening to this madman? Actually, he's mad because he said he's going to tear.
Yeah, I beg. I like this play, please. I beg you, God. I beg you, God. I beg.
Oh, my.
I know nothing will make him not to be removed because God have done so. Be careful. And we go indoor for 3 days. And I know one thing or the other. Tinubu will be removed. I'm telling you, it's going to be an issue. It will be removed. Only 3 days marathon fasting. If I tear my clothes in the presence of God with tears, no, nothing will make him not to be removed because God have done so through me in 1998 during Abasha.
Jimmy, wait.
So I want you to
Wait. Please tell him say you get what we say we will name it Fast-a-thon. Fast-a-thon. Please, we will invite Guinness Book of Record. Hey, there are 3 days marathon fasting. Fast-a-thon. My brother, come up with that thing.
Hey, no go get us out.
be careful. And we go indoor for 3 days. And I know one thing or the other. Tinubu will be removed. I'm telling you, it's going to be an issue. It will be removed. Only 3 days marathon fasting. If I tear my clothes in the presence of God with tears, I know nothing will make him not to be removed because God have done so through me in 1998 during Abasha. So I want you to see how you are going to pass this message to them. Adeboye Gabasasi make use of me, collected money on my behalf. 1 naira I was not giving. Are you hearing me? I suffer. I invest my money, my spiritual capability, my time, my connection in connecting people. Forget about that. Even though I was not rewarding personally, say take. But if the economy, if his policy is good, why not? I'll be happy. I will be so much happy. But the way thing is going, Tinubu is going to be a bad history in Nigeria. With that bad his wife. Initially, I don't even like that his wife because it's a religion. Even be a Christian.
Oh God.
He doesn't have mercy. He doesn't have anything empathy. That is Oluremi Tinubu. He knows me 101. I can say it to his own face. 2019, when Ashwadi was to send me to Israel, I go there to go and pray specially for him not to have loss of life. And I told him he's going to become the president. The man was ready to do it. Yes, he did it later. But do you know that Remi Tinubu, to my own face, was discouraging him? Of a blessed memory, Alhaji Latif, one of the aides, Friday, know what I'm saying. Are you hearing me? That woman that we think is going to even support Christian is a religion bigot. Can you see what he's doing to the filler now? To the chaplain in filler. We only want to redeem to come there. So therefore, Tinubu government of less than 60 days is about to eat rock. I'm telling you, if he did not stand up now and reverse and do the other thing that's going to favor people, God will bring him down. He said that we will kill him. I'm telling you, you should be careful and do things now. God bless you.
Right. So make them please, make them no kill that man. We don't want his death will be useless to. We don't want him to die. We
Wait,
want to see him
Jimmy, sorry,
that
did
up.
Papa literally say his prayer killed Abacha in
And I
1993?
don't know who Abacha. You don't find who Abacha. You don't find who Abacha.
60 million Nigerians have mental health issues and psychiatric problems, according to the Psychiatric Society of Nigeria. 60 million out of 200 million people. I yield.
Bro, and it's still counting. So, guys, he said another one yesterday. They've not said it to me, but the moment they do, don't worry, I will share with everyone. But let me just end that with my submission. I'll let NCs and well-meaning take it off, and when you guys are done, then we'll probably take the roll call and we'll do it that way. But I'll keep you posted. If any of the judge are on the
I
space.
beg, wait me the name of this are you hearing me now?
His name is it Reverend Ayeni Kayode? Sorry, Ayeni Clement Kayode. That
Reverend, are you hearing me? God have mercy. Oh God, it's good to have you guys. Guys, it's gonna be an amazing space. Thank you, Jimmy.
He said something interesting. You know, we were only told about Oluremi's locking of the villa. But he added an interesting dynamic. He said that they only want redeemed people to worship there. Is that where we are now in the Asu Rock Villa? Is that where we are? People that dodged the bullet that it was Peter Obi as the religious bigot. No wahala. Continue, brother.
Bullet Dodgers, Bullet Dodgers, Bullet Dodgers. How far? How much? You know, for me in this whole NC mode, the person that I really want to, I'm really happy with, I'm happy for is JRV. You know, I think I sometimes I really feel that man he sees a therapist almost every day because when he makes a tweet, those early days, God have mercy. These animals, just like he just opened the gates of hell and they all jump on his tweets and they will be insulting him, calling him all sorts of names, you know. And I'll be like, God, how can I just have to, if I want to block, I don't go to GRV's page. I will block. You will see the big God tree come out from those people. Now he makes tweets. You can go and you will see 50 tweets. You see 50 tweets, you see like you can see it. You see the very, very few, you know, crawling. A few of them are still saying, and we thank God we dodged a bullet. So just, you know, one, two, three feet. But then you can see that reality is dawning on these people. Those days, in their not page, we have to open army of Instagram to go and, because it was like, any small thing, you just see this administration, if this administration will favor, use like this button if this administration will favor you and your family. You just see 1,000 likes. I say, what is happening in this country? What is happening? We say, hey, what did happen? Is it reality? Eh? Nothing past reality. Good morning, Nigeria. Welcome. New Shege. All right, guys. I think I'll just pass the mic right now. Let's keep the conversation rolling. Please, since you missed Thursday space, I wish we were here on Thursday. You would have heard Nigerians speak. You would have seen where this space. I'm sure you have a story to tell about what happened on Thursday when people on this place start narrating their own stories and experiences because we went through a journey. Our brother Harry, you know Harry's up here. Harry came up here and he was bold enough to share his story of how he left Nigeria to diaspora. You know, you see so many people in Nigerians that are in diaspora. You see them now, they wear jacket, will start picture, fine weather and the rest. You're not gonna say, man, say the red and the subs. You know, I saw a video on Gossip Mill yesterday, a lady saying that how she could pay $700 and euros for rent. She showed the picture where she's sleeping in a tent in France. You know that many of our brothers are sleeping in such conditions across Europe, you know, passing through hard times because they just have to escape from a land that is so blessed with milk and honey because some set of people have stolen that wealth. I know Harry shared the story and my brother, it was that I think I'll say our Thursday space was the most emotional space. I knelt down because of that space. I won't come out and say it, but I knelt down that day and I cried. Why the space was going on? Because I know how many people you have met here that shared the same story with Harry and told me their experiences, and I was like, God, you don't know how blessed you are. If you're in Nigeria, you can eat once a day. You don't even know how blessed you are. You don't even know how blessed you are compared to what some people are passing. Some of your brothers and sisters are slaves as we speak right now in the hands of Arabs because they're trying to run from the system. So we had to shift this space in a point that we say we'll continue today because many people in my DMs want to share that same experience, and many of them are up here. I think they're going to talk today. Those that have same similar experience to Harry, those that have family, friends, you know, they'll speak about it today. But I just wanted to understand what we had on Thursday. And with that, I don't know if you want to come up right now, probably Wellman Nigeria. You can
Oh
come
no,
Wellman
let
Nigeria.
the soup cook. Let the soup cook more.
All right, well,
Let
in
it-
Nigeria, please come in right now, and I think
Yeah.
you can take us from the court side, please. I want to really
Yeah.
have a breakdown of that. Thank you, bro.
All right. Good evening, or afternoon, or perhaps morning, depending on where you are spacing from. I'm sure if you're in Australia, you are almost heading towards your morning now. So if you're
Wahala,
in the
Elon
US,
Musk, they owe Lever best money for that intro. They owe Lever best money.
hey,
I was
I dey
on one
tell you,
foreign space and I heard somebody use it.
eh,
Yeah.
what the hell? Anyway, all right. Welcome everybody to Violence Space. Welcome. Good evening, Emir Saddam. That NC, so we don't hear about. I say it every time that because NC is here sometimes they forget say NC is a celebrity. So in fact sometimes because
Now,
Puka
while
session
now, you know, say,
now Wala record sign na NC don't be celebrity before that time. If because Puka session the normal day suppose they take screenshot so that tomorrow you could say I did space with NC. Anyway, um, good evening Jimmy. Good evening like everybody. Mommy Bolanle, Harry. Harry now. The day where Harry come and give away space, I felt fear. Say because I don't know if Harry want to discover for now give away space. Maybe you can't call the discover obedient give away to it. Anyway, I'll just say. So I'll start from here. So I'll start with announcements. I mean, announcement officer for Violence Space. So, on Thursday there was a giveaway that started off, and for the tedious process of crossing it, which is not by me. Thank God Otuba said it that day. There's a committee. So not everybody was able to pass. So, but point is that I wanted to say this earlier because I wanted it to be only the first set of people. Those 10 will see they like 500. If I went with Saddam, I don't say nowadays, first Saddam play music finish, people don't do 1,000. But I don't understand the thing. But anyway, so if you know you're a student, basically, it's very simple. If you're a student, your obedience is proven. People that got the giveaway or that were considered for giving, the guy check, the background check, I saw some with them go say, this thing, the school fees not what pay. So please, if you know you're an obedient student, jokes apart, if you know you're an obedient student and we know anything can be helpful, it's sponsored by one of our sisters in the building, and because Violence Space is not a space that say they don't give money, just keep them. Any funds that is given to Violence Space is always expended for whatever it was given. Then also, let me just quickly say, for people that may forget, I'm saying this because I know Saddam, no one's is paid. I want to do all this, what Kwakadi will always call the dirty job now, because I have a feeling that this space will go in a direction that to bring it back will be very difficult. So that's why I want to do all this. Violence Space JOT challenge is supposed to end next week Saturday. So don't say you were not told. Use the hashtag Violence Space JOT. I've seen people post music, they will not use the hashtag. The only way your music can be seen. I'm not in the committee, I'm not going to say I not get say. I just talk announcements. And I think Adam has said we played it, so to be like a consensus thing. So I don't even think it's something that some set of people will judge and all that. So please, but don't forget your skits, some people have already put theirs out, and that's an advantage because you tend to be used to what you have been hearing about for a long time than So our advice, as much as possible, start putting it out in the coming week, and so on. So I'll gradually start to get into my submission, and I'll just try to be very fast. So Saddam, when you were making your submission, you said something, and I had to write it down that they don't know that they voted the tax man. Some people made mistake and think that Tinubu has started taxing. Tinubu has not started taxing. I need people to understand this. So if you are here and you are an Abado or you are a bigot that supported Tinubu whether for religious bigotry or ethnic bigotry, and you think this is just it, I see. You better go and pray. Your prayer point should be that the court should give Peter Obi his mandate back. Go and pray. I'm telling you, all this that we are seeing now is introduction. I say this every time, people don't understand. This is the best of Tinubu. You know what I'll say? The best of. But back then, it was the best of Jay-Z. It will be all the best song of Jay-Z. I'm telling you now, in governance, what you are experiencing now is the best of Tinubu. Just get. I know some people don't follow the news, and I understand because me too, I don't follow it very keenly. Tinubu have actually stated that he placed a hold on the tax, on all the tax that he was supposed to release. He told them to place a hold on it for 6 months. He knew why. He placed a hold. So currently, tax is on hold. We never entered tax. And when they talk, I'm going to know the things say, oh, things don't get expensive because they don't collect tax. We are not there yet. This is not. We are playing. We are not there. Tinubu have not started collecting tax. Go and find. Google the news. Just Google Tinubu tax. You go see him. You go see many news. It was actually this bigot, this other daily whatever they call him, that gave the news, said it that they have placed a suspension on taxing. Every tax. So as we are now, we are enjoying tax-free society. So all these things you think you are enjoying your suffering, depending on what you think. You are enjoying tax-free. By the time tax come, what's in law? So I just want you to know. Make you not go to think say they don't pay tax. Coming to I like the beginning of the part of Jimmy's video, and this is really to obedience. I said that audio Jimmy was playing at the beginning. I totally agree with that man, and I've said it a couple of times on the space. In 2014 as well, I did not support Buhari. I was vehemently against Buhari, but for some reason I was a presiding officer, in the election. So I didn't even vote. And, I was in the state by PDP. So I didn't really have, any need to express my sentiment. But I was against Buhari. And it's not to, pull any strings. But I can tell you that in my entire life, and I'm over 30, in my entire life, I've Buhari's 8 years was technically the best for me. And it is not because I prayed that may Buhari stand to favor me. I didn't pray that prayer for once. I didn't even know that prayer existed. It's because karma is whatever they say karma is. Karma is whatever. So whatever they say karma is, that's what it is. Do you know why? Naturally, there's a way. MC used to say that, I think he says life has a very funny sense of humor or something. Or karma has a very funny sense of humor. That's the way he says it. See, you will just notice that technically people that will suffer it the most. And when that man just now was saying, I was like, okay, this is true because I too know it. I too know it. So I just want to tell Obedience that, I know it's difficult and it's going around, but let's stay strong. Let's stay strong. And at the appointed time, the good thing about this is that Peter Obi is going to get the mandate back. I think that's just the good thing about it. That being said, let me come to the part that Saddam really said I should talk about relating to court. And I actually agree. In fact, as a matter of fact, just before this space started, I was on a space. We were on a space for the 1 Million Mamas crew. We hosted a space, of course, to continue from where we stopped yesterday. And one of the reasons why I suggested that space was because I know violence space today. I didn't want us to be mixing the emotions, like talking about. It's still fine. Like Saddam said, if you have questions relating to the court activity, fine. You can come and still ask your question. That will not be our truth. But I know today's space is going to really be a deep space. I know it's going to be deep. So I didn't want us to be altering the emotions to say, oh, we are blowing hot one moment, blowing cold another moment. So I just wanted to do all this part and leave it. So we had that space earlier today. A lot was said. As a matter of fact, the 1 Million Man Match Crew space, we've broken down the 3 documents relating to LP that LP sent to the second and third respondent, Tinubu and Shettima. We've broken down the 3 documents in the sense of the written address, the objections that LP raised, and their reply to the objections that Tinubu and Shettima lawyers brought in. And if you look at that written address, and the truth be told, if I want to go all out and explain it the way we did it on last space, that was like over 4 hours space, it will be too long. So I will advise you 2 things. Adam already said the 2 things. As much as possible, try to read the document on your own. But I understand that some people read it and some place may shake you. Like somebody asked question today and I understood where the person was coming from because I've read the document. I slept at about 5 a.m. this morning, almost 5 a.m. I read the document all through the night, all 3 documents. So I would advise you try to read it. You may not have the time, but try. If you can't, go to the 1 Million Man Match Crew and the space that was hosted yesterday and the 2 spaces that were hosted today. If you can go and listen to them, it will help a lot. I would have said mindset space, but mindset not the record space. Today I don't know why, but it's his decision and I totally respect it. So you can go to that. You can go there. I know Android users find it difficult to listen to recorded space. That's why it's also published on 1 Million Man Match space YouTube channel and all that. So please go there and listen for detail. But I'll just do a sweeping over it, since like Saddam said, so that we can really now come to the meat of today's topic, which is related to everything is related, right? But the deep part of it. So Peter Obi's legal team responded yesterday, or we got the response yesterday. It was submitted before yesterday night. We got it yesterday, and for just for clarification, by Wednesday, most likely next week, we'll get the reply. In fact, as of today, because some people think, oh, why would they reply again? The reply is not like serious reply. It's just so as of today. I think if you looked online, you see that the reply from what's it called, Lani Pekun, was already flying in the air. So I think one of the things you may have heard, and I don't want to talk about it until the document officially comes out. But one of the things you may have heard, I'm saying it because I know you hear it, so it doesn't look as if you can't go the year down with the weight. One of the things you will hear, which is funny, very funny, is that after the failed attempt in the first written address to argue to, how many of you were here? I hope people were here when I gave a breakdown of their written address and I explained the Kanu situation. If you were here, you will remember. I said that Oladipo lied in his reference to Kanu. It was a big lie. He wanted to make it look as if somebody scored less than 25%, the court upheld that victory, but it was a lie. And I explained that what the court did then, which even the Supreme Court then regarded as, how do you call it again? Oh, he regarded that law then as clumsy. That's the word they used, clumsy. What they did then was they said, and then there was no there was no separation between and the FCT. That law then was just 25% in the states of the federation, which was then 19 states. Like there was no and the FCT. The place that would have been FCT there was Lagos, so there was no and the FCT. And the person that won the election, Shehu Shagari, by highest number of votes, got 25% in 12 states. And by calculations, two-thirds of 19 is 12.6 something. So it's not exactly 13. So what they did back then was to say, oh, after I get 12 states, it needs to get 25% of two-thirds of one other state. Right? So they will divide the number of votes in one state. They divided the number of votes in one state by how will I say it now? They divided it by 3 and took to part. That's two-thirds of that vote. It was a funny ruling that till today, I was surprised when Oladipo included it in his written address because I felt like that case should be a PTSD for the entire Nigeria jurisdiction or judiciary system. It should give them PTSD whenever they see it because it's a reflection of the worst the judiciary have ever been in their entire life, in the entire existence of Nigeria since Lord Lugard. So I felt like you don't want to, it's almost like bringing, I don't want to make examples, it's almost like bringing someone that was abused in a relationship and you want to now play a case for the person, you go and bring examples of when he or she was abused. That's what I felt like they did, but they did it. Anyway, so one of the things you get from their reply today was that, they're trying to do it with the FCT and said, Tinubu only needs 25% of two-thirds of the vote, of two-thirds of the votes in FCT. I'm saying it and I'm laughing because it's very funny. So, but the reply is not out yet. So when it gets out, we will now start to look at it very well. So that's just, I've seen a screenshot of it, so we'll start to look at it very well. So Peter Obi's legal team, I woke up this morning and the first message I sent, and I think I made a tweet of it. In fact, after I finished reading yesterday, I made like a collage of, the names of all the people in Peter Obi's legal team. And I need to give them so much. I don't know. I wish I can see each and every one of them, hug them, shake them. I feel like whenever I see any one of them, I may go mad. I mean, as in literally just Peter Obi's legal team. Someone said it today. I am left to assume how Peter Obi's ministers and appointees will be. Peter Obi's legal team is conk. And I'm not saying, I've heard, if you go to Mindset Space, so people that go to Mindset Space, you know that not all the lawyers, they are full obedient. Some of them are neutrals, right? So I've heard even neutral lawyers appraise these documents. And I understand why. Every member of Peter Obi's legal team, they are who they think they are. As in, they are idioms in their own right. I don't know how to help them. To be honest, I'm overwhelmed. And I'm not, this is not me being obedient. This is me being objective. As in, being someone, I mean, if you can't give me anything, you agree that I follow this case very closely. And I've read like quite wide. Being someone that has followed this case the way I've done, I feel like to an extent, I can say when I see something that is exceptional. And Peter Obi's legal team, they are exceptional. As in, there are things that I pride myself as someone that, maybe I used to pay attention to details, but I saw these guys and I was like, I'm a learner. As in, I did learn. I see, if I feel I'll go on the place these guys today. Anyway, in the written address, I won't, like I said, go and listen to the 1 Million Mama School space of yesterday and today. you get more details. I'll just point out some key things, very just key things here and there that we're on this document, in case if you don't read it, so that you just at least know. I think the introductory page, which Saddam said, I think a lot of people may have seen that. They first addressed Olani Pekun's rude behavior, very rude behavior, and they addressed it like the bigger person. And I was like, okay, you have my attention, please. Let me hear what you have to say. And they went further. I'll just read the last line. I don't want to read lengthy document. Let me read it. I think I need to read it. So they said, a sentence in the second and third respondents address alarmed the petitioners and millions of Nigerians. The second and third respondents went low, too low, and abandoned discretion when they claimed as follows. In quotes, what they claim: our submission is that the petitioners are inviting anarchy by their ventilation of this issue of non-transmission of results electronically by INEC. And they went on and said, this is cheap, misguided, and destructive blackmail, clearly intended to target the country's judicialism and constitutionalism. It also aimed at cannibalizing our democracy. It would also raise the issue of insecurity if the petitioners emulate the bad example of the second and third respondent. Basically, it was saying, we are not going to emulate them, we are going to be respectful. I said it to them on the 1 million Mamad Crew space. If you read this document, if I search on this document the word respect, I will see it at least 10 times. I said, the document is a reflection of Peter Obi. You know the way Peter Obi will say, if Peter Obi wants to disagree with you, first say, my well-respected elder brother. This document has it. The difference is that it did not say my well-respected elder brother. At every point, it will say, with all due respect, respectfully, with all due respect. I was like, It'd be like say, because if you are writing as a lawyer, it's assume you are writing on behalf of your client, right? So Olani Peku wrote like Tinubu. He wrote rudely, uninformed, dull, stupid, annoying, irritating. I don't know, so many adjectives, and I'm trying to be nice. I don't want to condescend. I'm trying to be nice like this. But if you listen to Peter Obi's lawyer, it was a reflection of mutual respect. I want to disagree with you, but I'll respect you and do it. And still, oh God. Anyway, the last line of that place says, if you can see why I hate Peter Obi lawyer. The last line says, let the second and third responder know that where the rule of law is trampled upon or truncated, anarchy reigns supreme. And that's my first message to the judiciary. Judiciary, in this document, our lawyers addressed it to the second and third respondent. I want to address it to you. I want to tell you that where the rule of law is trampled upon or truncated, anarchy reigns supreme. I'm telling you, judiciary. So, furthermore, they took time to talk about the drug case. I won't talk about it so much. I mean, in the issue of contention, issue for determination, they talked extensively. If you not read this document, you know if you know how I say you did that. Go read now. You see, they talked extensively. Do you know? I was reading the document. I was reading the document. At some point, I was feeling like they were over. I felt they overcooked the case. You know when they talk for violence, people will say they cook something. They overcook them in such a way that I don't know how the justice want to do it. They overcooked it. Do you know they defined forfeiture so well? And do you know where they started from? They started from
The entire dictionary.
they started from U.S. Supreme Court. Of course, they started from dictionary. Then they went to U.S. Supreme Court, U.S. And I was like, this makes sense. What better place to define something than from where it came from? Go and define it. And they defined the definition of forfeiture. People like you, Master, have taught me. It means that they said all these things. Tinubu's lawyer did not refute it. Tinubu's lawyer is only concerned about who brought the evidence and that the person wore red tie. The person was supposed to. He only traveled to USA once. The person is not doing this, is not doing
It
that.
happened 30 years ago.
I'm telling you, as in, they did all that, but they didn't say it is not true. At least they didn't do it well enough. They didn't explain it as much enough, if that's even English. So in this document, they did all that so well. I can't see. Go and read it for yourself. So I won't talk about it much. Maybe because on the document there are some things I highlighted. You know, if I see anyone I think is worth reading, I'll read it. But if not, I'll just keep scrolling and scroll through it. The next thing that they talked about was Shetima's double nomination. And the first thing they did was demolish the Supreme Court judgment with PDP. Not rudely, but respectfully. Not when I say demolish, I mean demolish in the terms of explaining it properly. They literally, you know that Festus Kiyamu was telling Shehu, get a pen, let me educate you. They literally were telling Tinubu's lawyer, get a pen, let me educate you. Literally, in this, like, it was as if they were teaching Tinubu's lawyer. I was telling some people today that I don't understand why Tinubu hired so was a lawyer. It is why I believe it is why I strongly believe there's so much divinity in this movement. I so much believe it. I mean, this is not a matter of, like I said, I don't think that people vex for as in Christian, and that's related to Nigerian pastors. I mean, maybe some of them, by the way, Mr. Jacob is here as a pastor, so some of very annoying, Nigerian pastors. But I can't deny, I would be lying if I tell you that there's no divinity in this movement. That there's no divinity in Peter Obi's run. That would be a big lie. Because I can't explain how Tinubu, who already had
Now
a
go on,
bad
they run
case.
on, my brother. We're going.
See, I can't explain how Tinubu already had a bad case. Imagine if someone commits a crime and you have a bad case because you've been caught, you will hire the best of lawyers. But I don't understand why Tinubu hired the worst of lawyers. And I'm not, with all due respect, they are my
Olanipeku is a genius on a good day. The man is just filled with so much baggage that he will make anybody look like an idiot defending him down to his fan base.
So okay, maybe the problem is Tinubu. Yeah, I agree. So the problem is really Tinubu. Maybe it's not the lawyers. But I was just amazed. I now saw why, for those people that don't know, Okutepa, who is part of our team, literally at some point, I mean, it was rumored, but of course you could see that after that, Peter Obi went to see Okutepa personally. So Peter Obi hired Okutepa to be part of LP's legal team personally. Okutepa rejected being part of Tinubu's legal team. He had sense. He knew he can't defend that man. He knew it. Anyway, so they talked about, Shetima's double nomination, and, they talked about non-compliance. See an example of the places I said they used to say it. Listen to how they put it. With very great respect, what comes to your mind is my well-respected elder brother.
Yes.
With very great respect, the second and third petitioner completely missed the point, and their summation smack of deliberate and mischievous understanding. After saying with very great respect, see what they put follow. I mean, but they said it with very great respect. Anyway, going forward, so they went on non-compliance. There was the talk of non-compliance. I had explained this in details in the space earlier, so I won't want to go into it because of time that we have here. One of the things I think they pointed out so clearly is that INEC has nowhere to run to. Because INEC can pretend as if, even if they wanted to pretend as if network problem was the issue, they can't pretend because they have offline mode, but they didn't do upload at all. Scrolling forward, and I'm just doing like highlights since that's what like Saddam said I should do. Scrolling forward, they made reference to the Supreme they made reference to the Supreme Court. I'm sure when you smash it comes up later, you do some more demolishing. They made reference to the Supreme Court case on the Yetola. If you have read that case very well, you will know that one of the things the Supreme Court said in that case that is very key. The Supreme Court, Supreme Court, and I quote, Supreme Court. I quote, as their name depicts, the collation system and the INEC result viewing portal are parts of the election process and play roles in that process. Supreme Court. Do you know what LP lawyers did? They underlined that part that wrote are part of the election process underlined. This lawyer, sha. Hey God, God. I don't think. Anyway, moving on. May I not go invest now with my excitement. They went on and I mean the witness from AWS, who I think is public knowledge now, that is one of our very own. I won't mention names. If you know. In their written address, one of the things they tried doing was to condescendingly refer to her, very condescendingly, disrespectfully. But you know what LP legal team did? They used APC's Tinubu's lawyer to clean the ground, literally. They told them that, oh God. And I'm just going to read this line because this one is important. They told, after they had cleared their doubt, they cleared the doubt very well. They now said, it is important that PW7, who was that person for AWS, confirmation of employment, apart from indicating that it was issued by Employee Resources Amazon, also contains a further statement. There was a statement in her employment letter because they were trying to say she's not employed by Amazon. She just presented that letter, this and that and that. Do you know what LP lawyers told them? They just told them, say, come here, come and see something. In the letter, something was written. What was written on it? They wrote, if you have any questions, please contact us at dash. They put phone number. So LP lawyer said, it is very, they said, with due respect, it is uncharitable and baseless that they were literally condescendingly speaking to that witness when they did not even bother to call that number to verify. They did not go and verify. Moving forward, I'll skip so many other parts. I don't want to go more details on that. And remember, what I'm summarizing now is a 40-page document. They talked about, so that's really much on non-compliance. They talked about some numbers and all that. And for people that are expecting, I've seen some people on the timeline saying, and people ask this question, oh, Peter B did not present results that show that he won the election it is not here. And it is not a wise decision to do here. Peter, just leave that one. I cannot explain it in details. But just know that it is a good thing. That's what I will tell you. Know that it is a good thing. Anyway, the last part that they talked about in this document, which was about FCT 25%. Oh, no. This document, let me first tell you what they did in FCT 25%. And people that have read this document, if you start reading this part, you'll be confused. So that's why we explain this part a little bit more before I move on and, just round up my submission. This part of this document, right? The first thing that they did, I explained it to them 1 million man match quiz space. I keep making reference to it because that's the only place I did it in detail. So you probably need to go and listen. And Juicy Maxwell was there, so it was a good breakdown. So the way I said it to them on 1 million man match space is that if you listen to people that argue 25%, they try to argue smartly, but emotionally. And they try to throw some condescending things all around. You know what LP lawyers did? The only constitutional ground where they argued that thing is Section 299 of the Constitution, where it said FCT shall be treated as a state. But in that place that they said as a state, the only place you treat FCT as a state, they made the conditions available, is that president will be governor, National Assembly will be House of Assembly of the state, and the FCT High Court will be the court. That's the condition. So it's not as if FCT is a state as a whole. Anywhere you see FCT, it is a state. It is a lie. And you know what Peter Obi Stiga team did in this? See, they first brought the rules of interpretation. If you read it, it's in page 32, page 33. You go and read. I don't want to read it so that, because of time as well. If you go and read it, you know what Peter Obi's team did? So, if you argue with person and you argue from your point of view, it go be like saying they're subjective. Like say, oh, you argue because you sound like this, and they argue because they sound like this. You know what Peter Obi's team did? They left their point of view, went to Olani Peku's point of view, and lectured Olani Peku, and then brought into knowledge, if he will come to knowledge. You know what they did? They agreed. They agreed somewhere that yes, FCT can be treated as a state, but when you want to add it to another section, it cannot be treated as a state. They went further to use different sections of the Constitution to break it down. I cannot explain it in details, but I want to tell you, I'll just point out, sorry, you have the majority of votes in the highest number of states. In that other part, they did not put states and the FCT. So Peter Obi's legal team differentiated it that, see this place, you notice they not put on the FCT. See this place, they put on the FCT. It was for a purpose. That's one. The second thing that they pointed out, do you know what they did? They went to the Kanu case that Olani Peku called. They brought it forward. You know the argument that we've done here before? Not argument, like the conversation paper, they brought it forward. They told the court that in 1979, the constitution then was simple, that whoever will win needs to score 25% in 2/3 of the states. There was no anti-FCT. So they told the court that the fact that in 1999, the drafters of the constitution now added and the FCT means that there was a need for a separation. There was a need for a separation, and that separation was with the word and if you go to the way they interpret the constitution, no part of the constitution is considered redundant. That no part of the constitution you can say, oh, this part is not really important. Every word in the constitution, it's like the Bible, literally. It matters, every word. So they told the court that if you are saying the FCT is a state, that means you are trying to say the people that drafted the constitution, that added and the FCT added it for decoration. And there is no decoration in the constitution. Nothing in the constitution is redundant. And when I read that, I was like, they've killed it. They've nailed it. That is the end. As in, they buried 25%, buried. It is gone. More than subsidy safe. Subsidy is probably here, but 25% in the FCT, it is gone. Do you know why I said it is gone? Because they used APC's argument, Tinubu's argument to argue it. They could have stayed on their argument and say, oh, if you calculate this, if you do that. No. They said, oh, Tinubu, we agree with you that FCT can be treated as a state, but look at the conditions. Look at, they broke it down. I will end, before I end, I think that's all I will really talk about for the written address. Before I end, Saddam had mentioned it at the beginning of this space, that, there was a David Unden's tweet yesterday. So when we were at the space earlier, someone came and said, oh, since he saw that tweet, and respectively so, we all have different emotions. So I don't, if people, come off in different way, I know we react to things different way, and I usually respect people's emotional states. To be honest with you, I think I've only seen that tweet. I saw it once, then I saw it when Parallel Fact broke it as a news. And of course, they also broke it as a fact that, okay, David Dunde said it like this. So it's not as if it's a verified information, right? David Dunde just only said that this source have come true every time. I can bet you, I swear, I did not panic. I did not fear. I did not even say, hey, oh, this is serious, oh, hey, this is high. Me, I did not flinch. I think I even forgot it. And I'm being very, very honest. Do you know why? I think after reading this final written address, I think I'm personally satisfied. I personally think that it is done. I think it is done. So at this point, I think it's like 100% confirmation that there is no legal pathway. There is no legal pathway for the judiciary to oppose Tinubu's presidency. And it's not only that there's no legal pathway to it, it is the fact that if they make any attempt to oppose Tinubu's presidency, they will technically need to break so much of Nigerians' law. I was talking to a good friend this morning, and I told the person that if this was the case where they need to break only one law to oppose Tinubu's presidency, it would have been fine. They will break it and nobody will notice. But this case, off my head, they will need to break close to, I think, between 9 and 11.
9 and 11. I swear we have the same number. 9 and 11.
Off my head. And literally, they will need to break it. I don't mean they will need to explain it. They will need to. I was telling some people yesterday, I don't call technicalities again. I call it fraud-nicalities. It is fraud. Of course. But the thing is that for people that haven't talked about technicalities, how many technicalities can this court uphold? Ask yourself that question. How many technicalities can this court uphold? Do you know the case before the court? So, the court will need to answer on Tinubu's disqualification alone, only Tinubu's disqualification. The court will need to answer that forfeiture, Tinubu forfeiting money, is not a crime, it does not stop him from being president. And they will need to do it on technicalities. They will need to answer that even though the C2 certificate, very different certificates, that, on technicalities, it doesn't matter because the person that tendered it wore bomb shot. So there's no need. It doesn't matter. They will need to go further and say Tinubu's dual citizenship that he lied obviously upon doesn't matter because it was one David Udeni that posted it on Twitter. No, it doesn't matter. That's technicality, right? Okay, it's fine. Accept. They will go forward and say, even though this man has a contradicting NYC, it doesn't matter. Come on. NYC, well, in his days, it's not very compulsory. It doesn't matter. Then we need to look at double nomination and say, even though it's obvious that Shettima signed on the 15th that he was withdrawing his senatorial district on INEX document and signed on the 14th that he's now a vice president, and for 24 hours, Shettima had 2 tickets. They will say, no, it doesn't matter. After all, he wrote the letter on the 6th now. Once you write a letter, whether you deliver the letter or not, it doesn't matter now. To me, the court will say, if the court issues a subpoena, like you actually always say, if the court issues a subpoena, the subpoena, even if it doesn't get to the person that it was given, the subpoena can be acted on. I'm telling you, people, so people will know the number of technicalities, the number of rules. If the judiciary is here, you will break all these rules to uphold one man that didn't go to school. One man, just one man that didn't go to school. So they will say, no, it doesn't matter. Double nomination doesn't matter. Then they will go further and say, even late nomination, the fact that Masari withdrew his ticket 21 days, withdrew his vice presidency because he was the placeholder. He withdrew 21 days before Shettima came in, when the Constitution and Electoral Act only permits 14 days. They will say, no, it doesn't matter. His name is Tinubu. His name is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So we can't, no, it doesn't matter. That is what the court needs to go through for disqualification of Tinubu alone. Emphasis on alone. I've not talked about 35%. I won't talk about it. So the court will need to go through all these technicalities.
On LP and PDP side too.
No, I've made everything. So the court will need to say, literally, go through all this. And say, Tinubu, this man, we can't disqualify you. You are too special.
While he's destroying Nigeria on the side, though. Maybe like saying they give us Dubai rulership.
You are MKO Abiola. You are very special. No, we can't nullify. No, Tinubu, you are too special. We will nullify. That's what the court needs to do to uphold this guy. That's why I said, I don't fear again. I don't fret. I don't panic. I don't anything. And I'm sorry. So you don't think maybe, I'm being sensitive. I'm very sorry. I'm very, very sorry. But truth is, I don't fret. That's why I said what I said to Obedience earlier. I don't fret. I don't panic. I'm totally cool. I've said is that there's no legal pathway. For the judiciary to oppose Tinubu's victory, they will literally need to break so many laws. And if they break those many laws, if they will break 2 out of that 11, Nigeria is a failed state. Not to talk about if they break 11. And we just said 11 is an approximate figure. It's probably more than 11. Just get that. Not to talk about if they break all 11 laws to uphold Tinubu's victory. Abba now. If they break all those laws, that means there's no Nigeria again now. As in, I did tell you, if they break all those laws, I told people this morning that, truth is, I've come to a point where if by the time judiciary foolishly oppose Tinubu's victory, for me, it is the end of anything. For me, it is the end. That's why I follow this case very closely, because I really want to satisfy my fulfilling all righteousness, my personal own. It is the end. I said it this morning. Somebody mistook it. Somebody said it thought I meant, I will not involve in Nigeria again. I said after that, the only thing that I will get involved in Nigeria again At least actively, let me put it like that. Because maybe at those states that physically they talk, actively again, is whenever Nigerians are ready to wake up and take back the country, either by an outright, any way they want to do it. Let me not mention names. So after now, the only place you will hear me say, oh, we are fighting, I will, God forbid. Say I go come. They say, oh, Tinubu approve one thing. He's Nigerians. Oh, let's call him out. What you concern me? Oh, I can come say, let's collect PVC for 2027. Oh, we are going to try our best. Oh, Lord, you are on your own. No? You are, even Peter Obi himself, even Peter Obi saying go run for 2027. Oga, you are on your own. Go and run your own run. You run your race by yourself. If I have time, I will vote for you. So let's leave that part. So whenever Nigerians are ready to wake up, they will wake up and they will take back their country. I'll end on this note, and it's the concluding part of this work. It's the concluding part of the written address for LP. And this is how I ended our space at the 1 million man match crew space. It's the last paragraph of the document. It's in page 39 and extends to page 40. If you have the document, you will know. I'm going to read it. Because I want to read it passionately before people start to speak. The LP lawyers ended with a touchdown. Ah, God. The LP lawyers ended with a touchdown. Hear the conclusion, and I read. In conclusion, may we respectfully commend to our Lordship the words on marble of the Kenyan Supreme Court in the case of Riley Odinga and Anor versus Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission and ORS 2017 in Kenyan Supreme Court. When in nullifying the election that returned His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta as the winner of the Kenyan presidential election 2017, S. Cathedral said, and this is what the court said, quote open, 13991, what of the argument that this court should not subvert the will of the people is a question. This court is one of those whom that sovereign power has been delegated by Article 130C of the same constitution, of course, Constitution of Kenya. All its power, including that of invalidating a presidential election, is not self-giving, not forcefully taken, but is donated by the people of Kenya. Judiciary, all the power you have, you didn't get it. It's given by the people of Nigeria. So very clearly. All right, I continue. To dishonestly exercise that delegated power and to close our eyes to constitutional violations would be a dereliction of that duty, and we refuse to accept the invitation to do so. However popular the invitation may seem. So judiciary, however big the money may be, however threatening it may sound, however inviting whatever Tinubu has offered you may be, however bad it may be, please refuse that invitation. Refuse that invitation. Anyway, I continue. It says, therefore, and this is the part I love the most. Therefore, however burdensome, let the majesty of the Constitution reverberate across the length and breadth of our motherland. Let the majesty of Nigerian Constitution reverberate across Nigeria, the length and breadth of Nigeria. I continue. Let it bubble from our rivers to our oceans. Let it boomerang from our hills to our mountains. Let it serenade our household from the trees. Let it sprout from our institutions of learning. Let it toll from the sanctuaries of prayer. And to those who bear the responsibility of leadership, let it be a constant irritant. He said to those who bear the responsibility of leadership, let it be a constant irritant, which means Tinubu may be irritated by the Constitution. He doesn't need to like it. He's one man. Even though he's irritated, we don't mind. Let him be irritated. But our Constitution must reverberate across the length and breadth of Nigeria. Our constitutions must bubble from all our rivers and oceans. It must boomerang from our hills and mountains. It must go round. Our constitution must be upheld. Judiciary, our constitution, if you don't uphold it, Nigeria is gone. Literally, Nigeria is gone. Saddam.
Thank you very much, my brother. Welcome, Nigeria. Omo, I think I just dey get some kind chills as you just dey drop all these your bones, man. God bless you, my brother. I wish that clap this way. Let's say for them clap for yourself. You know, you guys you do that clap. You clap for yourself. You did an amazing breakdown. But you know, God bless you, Jimmy. God bless you. God bless you. We have everything here. Thank you very much. That was mind blowing. And I have information that we have two of the judges in the building now listening to us. Um, that is just part of it. Hopefully, the remaining of them will join and they will listen to Nigeria, speak to them, and tell them the truth. Because for me, my only end point is that you're trying to be a little bit, and you're trying to be a little bit on the side of holding forth. If judiciary do anything else, you're saying literally, it's not literally. Nigeria is over. It is over. Just people just pack your load. Pack your load. You cannot even run safe. Where do you want to run to? There is no place to run to. Tinubu promised people anarchy. We promise people anarchy pro max. Anarchy pro max. You will feel the anarchy of Nigerians. There is no running place. There is no hiding place. The country will burn to the ground. Literally, real story. And it will consume every single one of you. And from that ashes, we will build a new Nigeria. That time has passed. Hopefully, on this platform today, you will listen to Nigerians speak. Nigerians that you have made, you set of people have made, as in they have left this country through the hardest way ever, just to breathe from the wickedness of the ruling class. Ernst my brother. I think you can come in right now. I think I just want you to be hands are up ready. So I don't know why you're raising your hands. Now you guys talk after. You usher us into the space right now. Then we'll open up the floor for everybody. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. You are coming in at the perfect time. I listened to the last violence space. I listened for about an hour, and the topic was beautiful. Your message to the judiciary. If there's anybody on this space that has been speaking with the judiciary, it is me. I gave the judiciary the theory of plata e plomo. Any wise person would understand what I was going for, especially in relation to a drug baron who has presidential ambitions and who was stopped by the judiciary in Colombia. So, my message to the judiciary today, I will calm down and give the judiciary data. All I have done in the last 1 year plus is keep crunching numbers and giving Nigerians data. That pastor that is running mad today is telling you Oluremi is a bigot. She's this, she's this. We crunched the data. We showed the videos. We gave you the figures. It was up to you to listen or not. So today, my message is very, very precise. Please, if you're the judiciary, you're a judge, listen to me very careful. Your life counts on it. Your life counts on it. So let's go into a bit of history so that it does not look like Lamba. Let's start here. Now, in 2016, you see, my problem with Nigerians is we don't follow trends. So the only people I'm speaking to now are the judiciary, and I will not discuss the court case. I will just remind you of history. In 9th of October 2016, the headline on Punch newspapers read, Buhari's DSS boys go crazy. Arrest 4 top judges in Abuja, Port Harcourt, and Gombe. This is on Google. Follow me to the book of Google and check this for yourself. Buhari, DSS boys, crazy judges. What happened in 2016? Barely 1 year into office. Security agents wielding guns swooped on the residence of senior judges, breaking their doors and threatening to harm their family members and aides. This raid was carried out by agents of the DSS in Abuja, Port Harcourt, and Gombe. The judges affected were from the Supreme Courts and the Federal High Courts. Listen carefully. At least two of the judges had recently ruled against the DSS and condemned its regards of the laws of the land during their operations. The actions of these agents of state, observers said, were reminiscent of the executive lawlessness and human rights abuses that were characterized during the military era, including the period of Muhammadu Buhari when he was a military dictator. It was so bad that the Nigerian Bar Association was deciding whether they would declare a state of emergency in the judiciary and asked for the immediate release of the judges. This was in 2016. Dear Nigerian judiciary, please listen. The DSS at the end of this operation, which lasted at least 12 hours in each judge's house, arrested the following justices: Justice Sylvester Ngwota, Justice John Okoro, both of the Supreme Court bench. They also arrested Justice Adeniyi Ademola of the Federal High Court. The DSS also searched the house of another judge of the High Court called Justice Nnamdi Dingba, but Justice Dingba was not arrested. What was crazy was that apparently Justice Adeniyi Ademola and Justice Dingba's duplexes were separated by a fence in Abuja. Let's move on. This was 1 year in when Buhari got into power, 9th of October 2016. And that was Buhari doing this to Supreme Court judges. Okay, why did Buhari do that? On October 10th, the next day, the headlines read, pardon me, this story, you must follow this story concisely. It is important. Now, before this matter happened in October, in January 31 of 2016, please remember Buhari entered power in 2015. January of 2016, he arrested these judges October. In January, follow me to the book of Google and check this with me. Premium Times NG headline: Nigeria's judiciary is my main headache in my corruption war. Buhari. Make una dey follow this thing, no. Nigeria's judiciary is my main headache in my corruption war. Buhari. Buhari said this in Ethiopia. But now let me tell you why this thing Buhari did is very, very crazy. You see, the headline says that Buhari says the judiciary was corrupt. But now let me bust your head. Buhari stated this in a statement issued through Femi Adesina in a town hall meeting with Nigerians living in Ethiopia. Listen to why Buhari dealt with the judges. Just listen carefully. Buhari said, far-reaching reforms of the judiciary remains a key priority for his administration. The presidency wants to make far-reaching reforms in the judiciary. 1. In the fight against corruption, Nigerians will be right to say that the judiciary is my main headache for now. Buhari said, if you reflect on what I went through for 12 years when I wanted to be president, I attempted 3 times. At the 4th attempt, through God and the use of technology, was possible for Nigerians to elect APC candidates as presidents. In my first attempt in 2003, I ended up in Supreme Court for 13 months. In my second attempt in 2007, I was in court for 20 months. In my third attempt in 2011, I was in court for 9 months. This is Buhari. All these cases went up to the Supreme Court until the 4th time when God agreed I'll be president. Now, why did Buhari say this? Try and understand that all Buhari did was to go after the judiciary because his court cases for the 3 times he ran as president had gone to the Supreme Court and he had not been given victory. That was all it was. Remember, the headline says, Nigeria's judiciary is my main headache in corruption war. Buhari. But the story, read the whole story, the only grievance Buhari had with the Supreme Court was he went there 3 times and was not made president, even though he never won. And all the times he just went there. Make una dey follow. So now, dear judiciary, when Tinubu got into power, the first thing Tinubu said on May the 4th, 2023, check the cable news and every news outlet, how my administration will make corruption unattractive in the judiciary, Tinubu, the cable.ng. Dear judiciary, they are coming for you again. Let me read you the headline. When Buhari entered in January of 2016, Buhari said, Nigerian judiciary is my main headache in my corruption war. October 9, DSS boys go crazy. Arrest 4 top judges in Abuja, Port Harcourt, and Gombe. Tinubu, May 4th. Judicial corruption is my biggest problem. How my administration will make corruption unattractive in judiciary. So, dear Nigerian judiciary, the ball is in your courts. The man that dealt with you and was literally blowing the doors off the hinges of Supreme Court judges, Muhammadu Buhari, he did it because you people dealt with him at the Supreme Court. You are currently dealing with Tinubu at the Supreme Court. If you are not dealing with him, he would not have offered 30 billion to the judiciary. If you are not dealing with him, if he's not scared of your power, he would not have increased your years of service. If he's not scared of your power, he would... Hello? Did anyone say something? I'm sorry. Can you guys
please
hear
go
me?
on. Go on. I think it was maybe like an error. Go ahead.
Okay. If he's not scared of your power, he would not be enticing you with a salary increase. But where you guys will be foolish, where you will be silly, is to look at history, especially history of APC presidents with the judiciary. An APC president arrested 3 Supreme Court judges, 1 High Court judge, entered their house, broke their doors, spent 12 hours with dogs and harassed their families, then arrested them and put them in prison. And because 2 of those judges had ruled against the DSS before, you are here, you are a Supreme Court judge. You are a full-grown human being. You are at least 60 or 70. You saw what happened to your colleagues. It's not that it happened under PDP and it's now Labour Party in power. It is APC to APC. You are seeing all these things and you are telling yourself that don't worry. As Nigerian Christians will say, my case will be different. Wallahi talahi, your case will honestly be different. Because the man that is in Nassau Rock now, he would deal with you guys. Now, we in Lagos, we know what he does in Lagos. There was no such thing as a retirement package for ex-governors till Tinubu instigated it in Lagos. 6 cars every 3 years. This one every this billion here. 10% of salary, 100% of this. It is, and that virus spread nationwide. The only governor who never collected any of these nonsense pensions when leaving power was Peter Obi. The only governor who never left power and started hustling for Senate position was Peter Obi. But that is the man, a wealth creator. Now they look finish. There's something well-meaning said, but I will point it out. The fact that the LP petition constantly uses the word respectfully means that the minds of the judges are biased. I read that thing and I was personally irritated by the level of humility of the judges, especially if I hold this criminal by the blockers. I should not be begging you to do the right thing. With all due respect, respectfully. Can we respectfully, with respect, with the utmost respect? Who will they respect? Who will they respect? Now will they respect? Respect yourselves. That's all you need to do right now. So, dear Nigerian judiciary, in January 2016, Buhari said, the judiciary will be my first port of call in my war on corruption. Never in the history of this nation's public record has the judiciary shown themselves, at least by data, to be more criminally corrupt than the Nigerian politician. When the APC was fighting the PDP, the APC never, as opposition, ever fights the judiciary. But Buhari entered power, and all of a sudden, the first thing he said was that the judiciary is where he's going to go and fight. And by October, he was blowing the doors off your hinges. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has entered by May, and you people have given him nightmares for at least the last 50 days. Oh, by all means, collect that money and give him the presidency of this country. I have crunched data for you. Numbers don't lie. Numbers have no emotions. Facts are stubborn things. That is why Saddam can come here, look at data that I have shared with him for a year, and tell you people the protest that will shake this country will start from the north. He did not tell you it was the Holy Spirit that told him. The thing did not come to him in a dream. It is from facts, data, and analysis. Simple. When we sit here and I told you that fuel price will hit 1,000 naira before September and the dollar will do 1,200 before before September, and the pound will do 1.8. Did I not say this last year when I was giving the exponential rises in the dollar per week? And I told you people at this rate, we will see 1,000 naira to a dollar by next year. How many predictions have we done correctly on the violence space? Did we ever come here, speak in tongues, and tell you people it was the Holy Ghost that told us? Clean, clear data. So please, my people, a word is enough for the wise. Normally, I will come here, I go shake me for the judiciary complete. But I will throw you guys my last lifeline. I said this before, and I will say it again. We are the headless mob. Now we. You see that thing? We don't learn them. Nigeria don't start them. We don't master them. We know they get mob, we get leader. Arrest Tuesday, he no stop the movement. Hold David Winde, he no stop movement. NC's no come space on Thursday, he no stop the space. Saddam wound one day, he no stop violence space. If you tire you, come out violence space for 1 week, get yourself. Many people for this movement go come out 1 month, get themselves, come back, he no stop the movement. So dear judiciary, like I said at the beginning, fuck around and find out. That prediction, I made it. And it is standing the test of time. There is a huge wind of karma and nemesis flowing around in Nigeria. I said this last year. This man, Peter Obi, I am quarter atheist in certain issues of religion, but there is something divine going on around this man's life, especially at this moment. You either tap into the grace or tap out into the disgrace. James Ibori visited Bola Ahmed Tinubu. 24 hours later, he's currently facing 10 years in prison. And the court case that he has been walking around free for a long time has been brought up again in the UK. Fuck around and find out. And I'll also say this. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in an interesting twist of events, the FBI has said that they will not release his documents till 2026. Dear Nigerians, I'm making people a prediction on this post. There is a reason our constitution is I always wondered, why is our constitution bothered about people who are not Nigerian citizens going into public office? And this Tinubu case has made it very clear to me. Dear Nigerians, in the next 6 months, if Bola Tinubu is still in power, if we suddenly see him approve gay marriage and homosexuality in Nigeria, that man is a double agent and he's a mole. I have always suspected his activities during the MKO era, and there is no reason why the United States should be holding a man's paperwork, especially if he has been subpoenaed and is facing criminal indictments in his country. There is no reason, unless that man has been an agent for the US before. He has as much on the US as the US has on him. So Nigerians, the ball is in our court. Dear Nigerian judges, a man is in front of you. You see, let me break this down. In Peter Mbah's problem, not only NYSC be the problem. In Lawan's problem, now say you no do election, now be problem. Where technicalities have only worked in this country was where the candidate came with one baggage. You could technical your way around the one baggage. I want to interestingly see how you people would technicalize your way around a man with at least 9 baggages without cannibalizing the Nigerian constitution beyond recognition. You and I know that it is impossible. Without cannibalizing the Nigerian constitution beyond recognition. I will forever stand on my own side that the primary school and secondary school, he said in 1999 and 2003, are not the primary school and secondary school he submitted in 2023. And according to our law, he should go to prison. No be me commit that crime. No be me run am. If you guys allow this man, if you allow him on NYSC, go and apologize to Kemi Adeosun. If you allow him on Beavers, go and apologize to Oyetola. If you allow him on Shetima, go and apologize to Leon. If you allow him on corruption charges, go and apologize to Oji Uzor. If you allow him on 25% in the FCT, go and apologize to Buhari. Look, the real anarchy that will happen in this country has already started. I repeat, if you listen to Obedient Spaces 1 million times, we will not call for protest if our Oga has not called for protest. But if you think protest will not start till Obedience call for protest, you are stupid. It has started in the north and the video is out there already. There were protests when Binani tried to steal election in Adamawa. It wasn't Obedience that called that one. So let me remind you, according to INEX fraud, 24 million people voted. According to INEX fraud, one man won with 8 million. But let me remind you that there are 16 million people that are ready to beat you and that man's 8 million people, if they even exist. And he's losing his 8 million supporters by the millions, by the day. Let me remind you, the shege has not started. Whatever money you are being given as bribe, will buy fuel at 700 a liter, will change dollar at 1,000 a dollar, will pay for pounds for those special daft children of yours that you have sent to all the schools in the world, but only for them to come out as pedophiles and drug heads. It will pay for pounds, school fees for them at 1,000, almost 2,000 pounds. And it will keep getting worse. And after 6 months, he will come for all of you like Buhari did. The DSS is already moving mad already. So, my message to the judiciary remains simple. Give Nigerians justice. And I will also say something. Let me drop this here because we get a lot of information and we don't put it out. I heard a story that the judiciary wants to give this victory to Atiku Abubakar. I heard that story. There is a huge meeting going on. And remember, I warned you people about the final abobo. I warned you people. From what I'm hearing, APC is ready. Rather than them to give this to Obi, they will give it to Atiku. Go and check the last headline. Atiku won majority states. Watch what is about to play. Remember, we are not agreeing. We won this election. We are not going for any fucking rerun. Atiku did not even win 25% in Abuja. So please get ready. In the words of Babatunde Badamosi, start doing push-up, start doing press-up, start working out, become military-minded. The United States, when they legalized guns, there's a way they wrote it in their constitution. And I never understood that thing. They said they legalized that guns in such a way that they realized that there will come a day where the government, because power corrupts absolutely, will bully the people because they're in charge of arms and the police. There's a way they wrote it in the US Constitution. Anybody who can read it verbatim, please do. That they realize that there will come a time the government will become so evil that if the people are not able to defend themselves, the government will be the enemy of the people. And in that extreme case, guns were legalized in the US. And we're getting there in Nigeria. We had a space we were discussing Igbo land. You check issues in the killings in the north. You check killings in the southwest. If you cannot have a holistic discussion on whether is it actual criminal elements doing this? Are these ammunitions being given to them by the government? Are these ammunitions being given to these criminals by the army? When there are evidence of Nigerian army personnel selling guns to criminals. You cannot have a holistic discussion on security in this country. You don't know if we are being attacked by external headsmen or terrorists. You don't know what is happening because the government is complicit in all factors. Nigerian judiciary, the ball is in your court. Bola Ahmed Tinubu will come for you guys and it will be bloody. It will be brutal. It will not even be hidden under the toga of corruption fights. The man for one day never said he was going to fight corruption. It will be a clean, clear brutalization of the judiciary. Una go hear past the Nigerian people, coupled with the problem of being an average Nigerian. You people will be suffering as Nigerians, then they will deal with you people specially. Shena APC. I ask again, a man got into power, almost 2 months in office. Where is the teamship? He keeps making economic decisions, taxation decisions. Who is giving him these ideas? He has no minister of finance. He has no minister of petroleum. Who is helping him analyze the subsidy removal? He has no person at the CBN who is making all these financial decisions, who is granting billions to go out as palliative to the House of Reps, who is approving these things when there's nobody in charge of the CBN as the CBN minister. He's telling people he's going to share grain for farmers when he has no minister of agriculture. Who are approving these crazy ideas that are impoverishing Nigerians? Is this the teamship? Is this the sagacity? We don't need his body, we need his brain. Is this the brain? Sometimes, when I heard that article rumor, the only thing I told my Egbo in APC, I told him, I said, I even wish people would put that article to make article do 3 months. So that we can solve this madness in this country. With all these names, God has to put them in power so that let them just disillusion Nigeria and embarrass themselves once and for all so that we can stop having these silly discussions. At this point, rather than admit that to obedience, we will give it to Atiku. Give it to Atiku, please. Lessons will be learned. Every time, respectfully. This is the last time I'll speak respectfully to the judiciary. The ball is in your court. I have never seen a document that was put in such plain and simple English like the LP closing statements. It almost did not even feel like a legal document. It just felt like somebody with basic legal knowledge writing a letter to the judiciary. If that paperwork does not move your conscience, and you that read law, went to law school, paid school fees, wants to put a man that did not go to school, has no birth certificate, has no this thing. Obasanjo is 80-something, almost 90, and still playing football with his ex-classmates. You want to put that man as president of Nigeria with the madness he has done in the first 60 days. No wahala. I repeat, you either tap into the grace of Peter Obi or you can tap into the disgrace. Ekweremadu is in prison in the UK now. Soludo is a one-term governor now. Bola Ahmed Tinubu tapped into the disgrace and has been disgraced in power in less than 45 days. Dear Nigerian judiciary, grace or disgrace, the ball is in your courts. I yield.
Woo! Omo. How they clap for this church? Don't you clap in this mosque, in this shrine? Women Nigeria, be using your skills now. You get skills, please. Use your clapping. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my brother. I think the message is you passed it across as it is meant to be. The more they are listening to you, and let me read the message I got. He say, who be this guy? Who be this guy? Then they hear you, my brother. That was loud. They heard it loud and direct. Hopefully they understand that. You see, on this platform, we say emotions. We don't use emotions on this platform. That's one thing I've kept us for so long is that we deal with facts and figures because emotion will deceive you. Emotion will make you feel like it looks like it's going to rain. No, but you're seeing the sun outside shining. No, 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 no. We tell it is hot and it is hot. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. I think they understand the message and it is loud and clear that Nigerians will react. You have no. You just say you want to destroy Nigeria. Destroy Nigeria, then we'll help you guys and
For
destroy it.
30 billion naira. Wow.
Do you understand? Because I just can't understand how you will break all these laws for one criminal. It is not possible. It is not possible. All right, guys, I think we'll open up the floor right now. Before then, please, guys, as I said earlier on, the judiciary are on the platform with us. Most of them are here, and we will want everybody to contribute to this conversation. So we have a whole lot of people requesting for the mic that want to speak. And if the mic does not get to you on time, it is important you can join this conversation simply by, if you're listening to us on YouTube or on our Facebook, make comments, end with the hashtag message to the judiciary, and all the comments on the platform here. I'm going to try my best and read as much as possible. All your comments, they will be listening to you guys and hearing them loud and direct. So please, guys, make those comments on the comment section. I'll be reading as much as possible before I open the platform for people to speak and contribute to the conversation. I see my brother Ibrahim. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I think I'm going to start. I will have to start the space with the lady as usual, but let me take some couple of
Sorry,
comments.
Saddam. Before you go ahead, let me just quickly announce. I don't think I completed the announcement. If you are a student, put your like a screenshot. Maybe you can blur out some areas of your ID card, blur out your name at least and picture on the comment section, and you can tag me in the picture. That's I think my handle a underscore little underscore god. So you can tag me so that I can easily see it, so that I can send it to the committee for selection.
Yeah, thank you. And also, please, I'm looking for 3 Ibadan students. If you're in Ibadan and you're a student in Ibadan, reach out. Please also reach out on the comment section. Just, I'm in Ibadan. We need 3 Ibadan students who want to help. Foodstuffs and all those stuff. And just support also. You must be a student in Ibadan. Somebody wants to help. And also, yes, I have in my DM right now 2 people. Somebody is paying for a class for 2 of you. If you're in Abuja, you want to learn how to bake cake. Somebody wants to sponsor 2 obedience in Abuja on how to learn how to make cake and pastries. She has already paid for the people, and she will be giving the people 5,000 naira each to be traveling to the training location. It will be for 3 to 4 days. If you're in Abuja, signify in the comment section, please. We want to help as much as possible of our people. It is important that in these hard times, we help the ones that we can help, because we have to eat and be strong enough to match on these criminals. It is very, very important. So please, these are just the most important information we have to drop down before we open up the floor. All right, let me go back to the comment section and take a couple of comments. Then we'll open up the floor for everyone to contribute to the conversation. Thank you guys for your patience. Thank you to every single one of you on the platform. If you're just joining us, please, is the church, is the mosque, is the shrine, is the temple, is the synagogue, is the atmosphere of violence. And we do this every Tuesdays, every Thursdays, and every Saturdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays is 4 p.m. 7 p.m. Nigerian time, and on Saturdays our prime time space where we have by 4 p.m. Nigerian time. We always come out here and we discuss national issues. And on the platform today, we're asking you, what is your message to the judiciary? I want to read your message in the comment section. If you cannot speak, please end your submission with a hashtag message to the judiciary. They are here listening to you. We have a couple of them on the platform. Probably the rest will be joining through their burner accounts and the rest, but we have them on the platform listening right now. They have to do the right thing. I am done threatening them. I just wanted them to know that with the threat yesterday that we heard that the criminal drug baron said he's going to unleash the ICPC, AFCC, DSS, FBI, CIA, and the rest on top, all of them, to let you guys understand that anything that they have given you people in the past, please eat it on behalf of Nigerians. It is in the past. We as a people, we are telling you people that we are going to protect you people. What you have eaten is your past. As long as does not have to do with this present case, you have not eaten anyone now. Even if they give you now, said eat, eat and do what is right. You are better off with the people than against the people, because these people you are listening to speak to you right now must take back their country. It is not if or will or shall. We must take back our country. Whether you guys like it or not, we must take back our country. All right, let me read some comments. Rosemary, longest time. Wow, you're back here. Hello, my fellow violencers. Welcome to today's edition of Violence Space. I'm so glad I made it to the church today. I really missed you all. Oh yeah, let's go. Tinubu must be disqualified. Hashtag Peter Obi won the 2023 elections. Oh my goodness! Please keep your comments. Why? Okay, okay. I have to sanction this. Welcome to the Violence Space, home of facts and figures. Stay tuned for another great conversation. Together we can. That is from Omega XG. I see you, my brother. At 25% is sacrosanct. Overwhelming evidence, full for ground. Please, that jam. I don't hype any jam because I am going to have to be neutral in this our challenge that's coming up. All right, violence space. The church, the mosque, the synagogue, and shrine don't start to. WrestleMania number 2 continues. All weapons are allowed. Tithe offering and Jimmy Corner sacrosanct. Message to the judiciary. That is the message to the judiciary. Dear Nigerian judiciary, grace or disgrace, the ball is in your court. All eyes on the judiciary. Tinubu must be disqualified. Tinubu is an illegitimate president. That is from Can I See You? Oh, my dear obedience, as we get closer to retrieving our mandate, let us be steadfast with laser focus on the judiciary. The judges must uphold our constitution to save Nigeria and restore the rule of law. Peter Obi won the 2023 elections. Anka Dede, thank you, ma. I see you. Let me take a couple of more comments and open up the space. Judiciary, anything you do, make Peter Obi no give up on Nigeria. Oh, na him be our last hope. And once him give up, he no go funny. Message to the judiciary. That's from JR. I see you, my brother. Oh no. Please, guys. Sanction your words. I know it's a violence space, but please try and I'll try and make it clear. Okay, I came early to the mosque to the shrine today. Hooray, Cindy Gold. Halle. That anarchy they addressed there was just a welcome violence. I laughed so hard when I got there. Happiness, I see you. All right, guys, I think I've read a couple of comments. I will like to. Okay, Omo, this N6 submission is the bomb. We will need to frame it. That's from Mr. Waleri. I honestly think so. N6 submission entered my bone marrow. I am even more angry right now. The criminal drug dealer must go. He should not have pension or be seen parading himself as a former head of state. Message to the judiciary. You all know who said that. Once you heard the criminal drug dealer, you already know who's coming, that's coming from. Dear judiciary, I hope you know that when situations like ours happen in any country, sane people stand up with the country, because country is always bigger than any individual or group of persons. Please note, you won't be on that seat forever. Today, Buhari is an ex-president. That is from Rita ENG, her message to the judiciary. Oh, yes, so, okay, I just saw a picture. I did not make any promise to you people now. I only say this is my turn. Abado, stop crying, yeah? All right, I think I'm going to open up the floor right now. I'm going to open up the floor right now. I think, oh, somebody says and see how we can push it as far as possible because I think the conversation here should go as far as and wide as possible. All right, guys, thank you for your patience with us. Thank you. We're about to set the floor rolling right now and allow Nigerians react to the conversations and allow Nigerians talk to the judiciary. At the same time, please, if you remember when we started this space on Thursday, the series of your messages with judiciary, it took a very deep turn with our brother Harry. I don't know if Harry is back on the platform. He dropped out. I think he made a submission that day that turned the whole atmosphere, and we now got to see Nigerians, how hard Nigerians are suffering just to make a living, how hard Nigerians are running away from their country, passing through the hardest part. You know what it means to pass through Libya, pass through the desert. Then you pass through desert, finish. You now pass through ocean, I've been at sea just to get to Europe. Nigerians do this, and as I'm speaking right now, Nigerians will be passing through such situations. So please, if you have such experience, also don't just wait for we want you to come up here and share your experience. Also, why we send this message to the judiciary. All right, with that, I'm going to open up the floor right now. I think let me bring in Wemi Nigeria. Wemi Nigeria, I think you do this better than I do. So I think I will pass the mic back to you. You can help us coordinate and drive the conversation. I'll be here at the background. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Saddam. So quickly, I think you already stated it. We'll just start with Mommy Bolanle. I know we have a guy behind me here, so I'm sure anytime he's ready to step in. But Mommy Bolanle, please go ahead.
Good evening from my side. Hello, Emir Saddam, Sizzle, Wamini Nigerian, you guys, Jimmy. I mean, every time I hear your submissions from one um, episode of Violent Space to the other, you seem to be upping yourselves. It's absolutely amazing what you guys have said, and N6. Today, yes, today, that was an amazing submission. Thank you so much for all you do. Right, right. So, message to the judiciary. Since we have become a nation that have to define I thought I will start my submission right by defining constitution. Right, and therefore I went to I'm not a lawyer, so I don't need to go to that dictionary that they've all used, but I can go to Merriam-Webster, and it defines the Constitution as the basic principles and laws of a nation, state, or social group that determine the powers and duties of the government and guarantee certain rights to the people in it. Right, so basically it defines how a nation is run, right? It protects the rights, and we know they're fundamental human rights, right? And it protects us from having somebody like a Tinubu as president, or so we thought. When I was thinking about this, I said to myself, come, wait. This is Nigeria's fourth republic. So since 1960 that we got our independence from the UK, we've had four republics, which tells us that three previous ones failed for whatever reason. Every time the military has taken over our country, they have said it's because of corruption. It's because of XYZ, right? Or corruption of our political class. But in what has followed is we've had military rule in which there has been levels of corruption that we've never seen. Nobody will forget Abacha's avaricious behavior when it comes to stealing our money. Long after he died, we were still receiving money back. And but here we are. This has been our longest republic since 1999. However, judiciary, I want to let you know that if you do not do what is right, if you do not give us justice, then you are basically bringing to an end the Fourth Republic. Because how do you do this? How would you give a judgment that ignores one, our right to choose our own leaders, two, the laws and the precedents that are already in place that tells us that somebody who had forfeited money for a crime in the United States, somebody that has perjured himself not once, not twice, several times, right? Somebody who, in every way, shape, or form, does not meet the requirements of the Constitution to be president. And somebody who is already threatening you as if the last 8 years has not been bad enough for you. As N6 pointed to, how will you, as custodians of that constitution, that document that defines our relationship, how will you turn it on its head for one person in a country of over 200 million people? We are not asking you to pass a judgment just because we are obedient. No. We are asking you to pass a judgment that has taken into consideration all the evidence presented in the petition of not only Peter Obi, but Atiku Abubakar, and disqualify Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because they didn't defend any of this. There was no defense. So if there's no defense for something, it means that they agree with those petitions that this man committed those crimes. So how would you justify turning our constitution on a head for somebody who has not said he didn't do any of that? But there will be chaos or more. There will be chaos and anarchy. There will be more, because you effectively will be ending the fourth republic, and it will not be ended peacefully. No, blood will be spilled because people are tired. For too long, as an arm of government, you failed us. When you're supposed to uphold the Constitution, you throw out there judgments that are so perverse, that are against natural justice, right? And because Nigerians are used to suffering and smiling, we will allow ourselves to be stretched that much further. But guess what? The elasticity in the average Nigerian has reached its maximum. And if you pull any more by giving us a wrong judgment, I am telling you right now, it will snap. And we will come for you first. We will come for you first. Because we did what we were required to do, which was register to vote and try and defend our votes. INEC conspired with APC and they stole our mandate. But you have that opportunity to right the ship, because right now Nigeria is sinking, and if you refuse to go do that, then you will sink with Nigeria. This isn't a threat, it's a promise that every single person who is currently suffering right now, and those of us in the diaspora who are watching from the sidelines and thinking, what the heck is going on, would descend on you guys. You see that threat that Bola Tinubu is putting out there, I can guarantee you, what they are threatening you with is child's play compared to what is coming if you do not do the right thing. You will effectively be ending the Fourth Republic, and you will pay for it. That said, Sizzle N6, this thing about Atiku, I heard it as well. You know, a lot of my family are in APC, but thankfully they're not my immediate family like that, right? And that's what they're saying, that rather than put somebody who will bring down these structures of criminality in Nigeria and political rascality, they would rather put in SPV that will allow them to continue to steal from us, that will not do investigations into every sector, every contract, that will not help the Nigerian people recover all the money that has been stolen. But guess what? We're saying to the judiciary right now, Atiku Abubakar did not win the election. Peter Obi did. Atiku Abubakar did not get 25% in Abuja. Peter Obi did. He did not get a majority in the plurality of states. Once you cancel or you waste Tinubu's votes because he wasn't qualified to take part in that election, Peter Obi did. And once people are argued that, oh, he got 25% in more states, no, the plurality of votes in a state is not 25%. It is winning the state. Article 1 4, Peter Obi 1 7. So how is it that you want to give us partial justice by even trying to give a victory to Atiku Abubakar? Nah, that's not possible and it's unacceptable. We know the plans and we're telling you right now. Justice is not just about a partial justice. Justice must be seen to have been served. And the only justice that will be a complete 100% justice is to declare Peter Obi winner because he won. Thank you. I yield the mic.
All right. Thank you very much, Mommy Bolanle.
Give me just 1 minute. Thank you very much, Bombolale. Thank you. I just want to just add something and say please, because we have these men in the building, and I want them to understand something because they have told you guys this lie for a long time. I don't mind them, it's young Nigerians. Even if you tell it's young Nigerians, you should be scared of young Nigerians. Young Nigerians are not going to take that bullshit that our parents took and swallowed hook, line, and sinker. So I want you guys to understand that who you just listening to speak right now, she's not a young Nigerian. Now my mama, now grandmama she be. So I want you to understand that we have a demographic of different age grade in this building, and you will listen to them speak. So I forgot, because the Nigerian, I'm saying this why you can take over from here. Please, if you're coming here to speak, just tell us you must not tell us your age. Tell us your age grade, so that these people can understand that we're not just those 20s, those 30s, just only 40s. No. We have all sort of people on the platform. Thank you. Well, Ninja, back to you.
All right, Saddam. Thank you very much. I was just going to say, the so because the judiciary people are here, it's kind of funny. Like, so let's get this straight, just to be very, very straight. So if maybe the thought is really being lost, they should just kill it, right? They should kill it. So first of all, I think Abubakar don't get 25% in the FCT, and the funny part is he himself in his petition is arguing against Tinubu on the ground of 25% in the FCT. Now, let me take it further. When Tinubu is disqualified and Tinubu's vote become wasted votes, and they need to recalculate percentage, right? Because percentage will change when Tinubu's vote become wasted vote. Atiku Abubakar, to tell you how much Peter Obi won FCT, Atiku Abubakar will not still get 25% in FCT. That means when you see remove Tinubu, his percentage will only jump from 16.8 something to 20.5. It will not still get to 25% in the FCT. So,
Adiko got 74,194 votes in FCT.
Yes.
Tinubu got 9,902 votes in the FCT. Peter Obi
Yes.
got 281,717 votes in the FCT. This is not even a contest. Let them just give Peter Obi this thing and let everybody go to bed. It's a charade at this point.
So why it is just funny to me most of the time is that it's part of the rascality, right? So because they can't do it, especially for two reasons. Like I said, he didn't get 25%. Then himself, imagine if you're arguing against something. I think earlier today they called it trap of antithesis. You are like something you have argued against. You have already said this person is disqualifying because you don't get 25%. So he goes still touch you. So I mean it's a crazy thing. Anyway, let's go to since our elderly people are here, let's just go straight to Pastor Jacob. After which we'll come to Mommy Madonna. I say now this one we want to start today. Pastor Jacob, please go ahead.
Good evening from Nigeria, Obedience. I want to actually greet
Pastor Jacob.
Yeah.
I thought you would have said, don't address me as a pastor. I am a doctor.
He's not defending fraud.
When you are trying to cover up, that's when you talk like that. I am a brother, I'm a friend, I'm an uncle, and then I'm a pastor. That one is just when people want to deceive. I listen to that man. God is not a God that will support evil, and much more too. You cannot say you are the one who removed Abacha, so you can remove Tinubu and will kill him. We don't want some people to die. Bible says, "Will prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. My cup runneth over." We want them to be alive to see the new Nigeria. I thank God for that. Now I want to mention that by the mercies of God, I'm a young man in my early 60s. So our judges that are here should know it's not only the 20s, the 30s, the 40s that are here, like Emma Saddam has said. And Emma Saddam will remember that there was a time to your Twitter handle was Professor Saddam. You know, they dealt with that. So that prophet is working in you. So the tweet you made has been working. Now, this evening we are here, and we are here supporting this movement because we want a Nigeria that will work for everybody. The truth is, I will still be amazed, and that's why I want to wait. I'm waiting till when the judgment will be given. I don't believe that these justices who are in their 50s and their 60s will go on to uphold illegality. Like the concluding part of this 42 page document of our legal team. Well, what they said is the truth. Anarchy will only reign supreme when the constitution is not upheld. And Nigerians, obedient and well-meaning Nigerians, will not stand aloof to see that done. So there will be no anarchy, there will be peace when the right judgment is given. The supporters of Peter Obi, who are the obedience, and other well-meaning Nigerians too in other parties and other places are more than the supporters of Tinubu. And we are supporting organically, not influenced, or motivated by the 2K, 5K, 10K kind of thing. No, it's organic. So judiciary, do the right thing. Give the right judgment. Don't destroy the constitution. The things are clear. You can't explain to me anything outside and FCT. You can't explain to me, though a son will say, thank God me, I had a Nigerian passport. Now it expired more than 5 years ago. I have not renewed it. That does not mean that I'm no longer a citizen of Nigeria. So you can't tell me that his citizenship has expired. I mean, the passport having expired. The cases are there. What about irregularities where this man deceived us? The part of honor is to uphold your words. When you say something, stand by it. And even when it's wrong, you'll be able to own up to it that what I did is wrong. That is dignity. That is integrity. When you do something wrong, you'll be able to own up to it that, yes, what I did, I said this thing, but I didn't follow it. Yeah, people will forgive you. But for INEC chairman to go all around to tell us all of these things and then did the contrary things, they can't give this judgment in any other way. And I want to appreciate well-meaning Nigerian. In fact, you've been awesome. You see Maxwell, excellent, barrister, and well-meaning Nigerian by association. Like someone was also saying, if there will be time for you to go and read law as an addition to your, to your course, you are very erudite. I said you are erudite. You are very, very erudite, dexterous in giving analysis, and you have made us all to be lawyers by association. I'm enjoying the whole bit, but please, we must not give up. Now, if people like us say it, you might think because we are already going towards our grave, a few decades are left for us, and the young one may think that's why we are saying it. No, we want Nigeria to be better, and that's why we are standing here. Madonna is here. Our auntie that spoke to is our mommy. Is not just a youth, is an elder, but then ready for Nigeria that will work, where we will do things and everybody will enjoy. Please, do this thing, give honor. Those of us who were born in the 60s and in the 70s, we were taught dignity and honor. We were taught dignity and honor. Uphold it once and for all and put the devil to shame. Tinubu cannot do anything. He can't make you to break the law no matter what. I am trusting God that the re-judgment will be given and there will be celebration in all the nooks and crannies of Nigeria. And like what they said, it will reverberate all over the nation. Obedience, let's not give in, let's not give up. We are going to win. Thank you. I yield the mic.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pastor Jacob. Thank you, because you're one of those that, makes us know that there are people that are still upholding the faith. Thank you very much, sir. All right. Okay, quickly, let's go to Mommy Mandola.
Imagine well-meaning a country where youths, they beg elders to do the right thing. We go win this thing. We go win them.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good evening, everybody. The chief priest, Emir Saddam, well-meaning Sizu, my brother, Ibrahim, Jimmy, my in-law, River Best, Pastor Jacob, UC Maxwell, my sister, Bolanle, Anka Dede, Joe Obedient, all the violencers. I greet everybody. You see, if I start mentioning names, because we are many here, but because of what is on my heart is bursting, I just want to pour it out. Sizu, I just want to tell you that nobody told, I did not hear it from anybody. What you said here is the truth and nothing but the truth. I've been saying it. I even said it in Anchor under the source space today. Right from the beginning, I've been saying it that they are planning to give Atiku this mandate. That 25% in Abuja, almost the same equal this thing, and putting Peter Obi last. It was not a mistake. It was planned. Atiku, once he does the election, he will just go to Dubai. The last one, 2019, it was Peter Obi that was going. He was going to, but this time around, they were prepared. If you listen very well or observe very well, you see the friendship between the APC and the PDP since after the election. There have never been any serious attack on as the major opposition. It has been always the obedient people doing the whole work. But I have a message for them. Atiku did not win election. He did not win 25%. And you, the judiciary that are listening to us, we don't want to rerun. No. We want this election in a landslide. So, whatever you are doing, I still have my message for you. We know where they are going. We nearly after before the election, they started shifting ground. Remember all of them going to station, that Hajia that was shift from, say that Tinubu promised them nothing. They planned it all. PDP, Atiku, they are like vulture. They are waiting for the animal to die so that they will fall on the carcass. But we have surprise for them. We are not dying anything. We are waxing stronger and stronger. And this mandate, nobody, they've snatched it, but they couldn't run away with it because of the baggages they are carrying is drawing them back, and obedience and P2B, and we have overtaken them. We have grabbed the mandate and we are drawing it back, and we are going to carry it back to Aso Rock, where it's supposed to be. Well, my dear judiciary, I come to you. Dear Nigerian judiciary, how are the mighty falling? How? From the beginning, you were respected. Even the Bible recognized you as the Lord physical. You were honorable, you were called honorable. Justices from the word just. Even your office is regarded as a hallowed chamber where justice, innocent will run to and they will get justice. But all of a sudden, all Nigerian judiciary with tears from my eyes, I'm asking again, what happened that now, all Nigerian judiciary, criminals, armed robbers, drug barons, murderers, election riggers are now very proud to tell the innocent to go to court? What happened? The reason is not far-fetched. Because bribery has quenched your light. You have made Nigerians to study the law, become lawyers overnight. We have read the Constitution from A to Z. Very soon now, if anybody greets you, you will ask the person, according to Section 139 of the Federal Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. You quote it and you always say either objection upheld or overruled. You have made us to know what we don't know. What was reserved for you people, the wise and the prudent, you have made it to be revealed to babes and suckling. How are the mighty falling? How are the mighty falling? Because of just one man, a drug baron that have destroyed souls, that have made a lot of destroyed destinies, some of them are in the graveyard. If you know where you get wasted destinies, you go to graveyard. That have made a lot of people to waste. You are standing, and on the 1st of March, Mahmoud murdered our democracy. On the 29th of May, a Chief Justice of Nigeria buried democracy. But because of obedience, we are here. We started fighting, shaking. You will not die, but live. Nigerian constitution, Nigerian democracy, we started shaking. And all of a sudden, life started coming. Are you going to send it back to death again? Second death? You know there are two deaths. Physical, after physical, spiritual death. Do you want to send it to spiritual death, Nigerian judiciary? I am asking again. How are the mighty falling? How are the mighty falling, Nigerian judiciary? Wake up from your slumber. Wake up from your slumber. I say wake up from your slumber. This misty wind, spiritual wind that is blowing, I want you to put your ears on the ground. You will hear it. The Bible said that the fathers have eaten sour grape, and the children's teeth are on edge. You have pushed us, Nigerians, to the wall. And if you allow us to fight back, nobody will like it. From the foundation of this amalgamation of Nigeria, this modern Nigeria, she has been looking for this generation. I mean the obedient generation, well-meaning Nigerians, that will reset Nigeria to what God meant it had to be the Garden of Eden, because there is no state in Nigeria that you will not find precious stone. Go and read the Bible. You will see there's no precious stone that is not found in the Garden of Nigeria. Is the present day Garden of Eden, but vultures, caterpillars, locusts, demons, principalities and powers, they've caged, snatched, taking everything that belong to all of us, and they are eating it alone. And you want to stand aside and wait for them to kill Nigeria and bury it finally. Nigerian judiciary, I am asking you, we are no longer begging you now, because this thing now is this cocoa madas wey go start. It will affect everybody. It will affect everybody. Is going to escape, whether you have private jets, you have anything, it will fail you on that day. But people say money cannot buy life. It is time that your money cannot save you. Your wealth cannot save you. Because if you are a wealthy man in the midst of thousands or millions of poor people, you are a poor person. I want you to think twice before you take that decision, before you take that bribe. Because anywhere that bribe is hidden, anywhere you have a house, whether in the mass, obedience will smoke it out. And we are going to deal with you after. We are still playing reggae. When we finish this reggae with the judiciary, we are going to enter blues with the corrupt politicians and all the rascals on pulpit that are deceiving Nigerians. Enough is enough. I just want to tell you people, the hammer, the saw, the caterpillar has been laid at the root of the trees, and any tree that bears no fruit will be cut down. If you like, listen to what the Spirit is saying. Enough is enough. Are you for light, or are you for darkness? Do you want to be on the side of the oppressed or the oppressors? The choice is yours. At this stage, listen, let me allow other people to speak. I raise my mic.
Thank you very much, Mommy Madonna. Mommy Madonna did not say her age. Let me tell you people, Mommy Madonna that just spoke completed 60 years less than a couple of weeks ago, not up to 2 weeks ago now. So, in case if you are thinking,
before they say the movement is this young people, again.
Say, don't mind them.
I beg, wait a minute, let me say something. See, on the 15th of July, I was 60 years. If you people think that new Nigeria is not here, yeah, it's already possible. When I went through the people that blessed me, 95% of them were Yorubas, people that I don't know their handle. I kept down my distance. I started crying. I said, so Nigeria, I can be alive and see Nigeria of this kind of Nigeria. You know what I did yesterday? I blessed a Yoruba girl with a laptop. I sent the picture to this. I bought it and I called her, come and take it, because she registered for labor. This Labour Party takes something, but she doesn't have a laptop. I have him. I know how many Yoruba people I have in my house that I'm feeding. A new Nigeria is here. Judiciary, help us to build it. Don't help us. Don't destroy it. Don't be a caterpillar. I'm already emotional now. I raise my.
Thank you very much, Mommy Madonna. Thank you very much. I hope judiciary. Thank you very much. That was deep. That's why I said you should wait for the deep aspect. All right, quickly, let me just go to Sewen, then enlighten us. I can see GC Marshall and Rilever Best. The court seat mate. All right, Sewen, please go ahead. 4 minutes.
Bro, before Senwe goes, see, guys, at a point in time, I believe this space will now become a radio station for the judiciary. I can boldly say it now. We have 3 of them listening right now. 3 of them listening right now. Back to you, all men in Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much, Jimmy. Thank you. All right, Sewen, please go ahead. 4 minutes, please.
Good evening from this part of the world, and I greet every obedient here. Emir Saddam, beautiful submission. Sizu, why you want to finish this? Will you hold them for every part of their body? You tie rope, you can't throw am inside ocean. Wow. Uh, Jimmy, well done for what you do. Oh. We are seeing your good work. Oh. Thunder will fire anybody. We know they fear waiting you they talk. So I'll just say this. I'd say that Mommy Madonna, thank you for your submission. It was very heartwarming and very intense. To the judiciary, hmm, they're not the two bad people. You know, there are times they'll say, don't disturb, don't disturb. They will tell a kid, don't do this. You are worrying your parents. After a period, they tell the children, do whatever you want to do and find out what's going to happen. Because you reach a particular point in your life and you know that it's no longer sustainable to be stupid. It's no longer sustainable to do things without people's eyes watching you. Before long, we didn't used to worry ourselves because we always had two idiots jostling for one position. But for the first time in our history, we had and we have a good man. We have someone that we could put our hopes in. And you think you can scuttle it because of technicalities. I really pity you. I really pity you. I'm sure your children might be telling you, but you might be saying, is it not the same Nigeria I know? Don't, okay, they say, fuck around and find out. In the true sense of it, we have reached a point in our lives where we know for sure that there is only one way of getting Nigeria. It's either through this judiciary, based on what our principal has said, or through what will happen if the judiciary decides to join force with the establishment. Una no plenty reach us. You might think, oh, we're just lone voices. Go to the streets and ask people on the streets. People can actually break your head if you mistakenly mention Tinubu's name. So go to the streets and find out. Nobody voted for this punk. Nobody voted for this person. Even the votes they said in Abuja, we know say na Lamba because I know for sure. I stay there. Nothing like that happened. So please, don't join forces with the establishment. They won't save you when this thing hit the fan. Don't try us. We are not begging you. We are not threatening you. We are just telling you, don't try us. Because what you go see, go past your power. So all of you, you have tried your best. You have lived out of the eyes of all Nigerians for years, doing whatever you wanted to do. But these times, we are interested in what you do. And we are not going to let you sit on our necks any further. Please, release those pressure in our nostril. You say, let us breathe, but you're not letting us breathe. Don't join this man. He will not carry you in his private jet when he's running away. Because now only run the man's ability to run. Please, be careful. I rest my case. God bless Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much, Sewen. All right, quickly, enlighten us. Please go ahead. After which we'll come to Madam Liberty Champion. Enlighten us. Are you there? All right.
Hello everyone. Can you hear me? Well, meaning Nigerian.
Yeah,
Can you
please
hear
go
me?
ahead. 4 minutes.
Yes, that's me. Hello.
Can you hear me? Enlighten us. Please go ahead. I can hear you. I don't think Enlighten us can hear us.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I think there's a lag. Uh, um, Lady Liberty Champion, please go ahead. Please, if you're in the speaker section and you want to speak, ensure your hand is up, so we know that you want to speak. If not, you may have to drop you and bring other people.
All protocols duly observed. I hope you can hear my voice.
Yes.
Fantastic. My warm greetings to everybody. Sizzle, your submission as usual is just so mind-boggling, blowing, body tingling. It's just wonderful. This is my message to the judiciary. I'm coming from the angle of being of a Nigerian living in diaspora. Now, I am hopeful for a Nigeria where I can be a part of the political decision making because of all the parties Peter Obi was the only one that promised diaspora voting, and he campaigned on that promise, and that is why I support him. Now, judiciary, you know what it will mean. The justice you're going to give to the people is not only for those in Nigeria, it will be a justice that will transcend the coast and the borders of Nigeria. It will be justice for all Nigerians that have found themselves in either voluntary or involuntary exile, so to speak. Dear judiciary, we have belief, we have hope. As much as we have doubt, because the antecedent tells us, because of the corruption, because of all that has happened, and some of the judgments that we have seen that has been so perverse, it just doesn't make sense. Sometimes I wonder if the law, as I understand it, is not meant to be something that is easy to follow, because some judgments you judiciary give, sometimes I'm just standing and I'm scratching my head. It just doesn't make sense. But here is what it is. The evidence is clear. We know that you are facing enormous pressure. But bear this in mind. It will be worse for you if you decide to mortgage 250 million Nigerians, their lives, their future, their hopes, their aspirations. We want to encourage you. The people are with you. The people will protect you. You can be rest assured. Give the people the justice that is theirs. And I know Nigerians will camp around all your houses. The bulldozers cannot climb our bodies. We will protect you with our very lives. That we can assure you. If you are afraid to lose your life, you will lose it quicker than you know it. Not even you, not even your children and your children's children will be saved. Because what you don't understand, there are people whom this particular election cycle is the very last hope they have. And if you thwart it, I have no idea the flame that will engulf that country. It's something that even those of us who are here, we have no idea how hard that flame will burn. There's still hope for peace. There's still hope for progress. There's still hope of what is right in that country. Nigeria right now is a laughing stock. No law-abiding citizen can hold their head high. Suddenly now, corruption, thieves, brigands are the order of the day. In fact, they taunt us, they ridicule us, they tell us, what has all your hard work done for you? Look at it now. Look at what Mimosa, look at it. That is just one example of how lawlessness will reign in that country. And your bench will not be able to call it to order. So while the hay still, make hay while the sun still shines, dear judiciary, we know and we are praying for you for the courage to do what you know in your heart is the right thing. And may God give you the strength and the grace to uphold justice for yourself and for all Nigerians, especially those that have lost their life, especially those that have lost irreparably, that even when this justice comes, the only consolation they will have is that it was worth it for everything that they've lost, that the truth did prevail and justice prevailed. Thank you, judiciary, for allowing me to speak and for listening to me. I yield the mic.
All right, thank you very much, Lady Liberty Champion. Thank you very much. Okay, quickly, let's get Winston, after which we'll come to Annette. Winston, please go ahead. 4 minutes, please.
Thank you very much, well meaning Nigerian. And good evening, everyone. Standing on all existing protocols. My greetings to everyone in the house. Earlier this morning, someone informed me that augmentin is now sold for about 19,000, about 20,000 naira. And that Ampiclox, which is a very common antibiotic, is now being sold for about 8,000 naira. I did not believe it. So I started asking questions, and the feedback I got was that this is exactly the situation of things right now. So if you're somebody who has parents whom you're buying drugs for every month, you know what that means. It means there is no food for people to eat healthy meals in a day, and there is no medication for people at the same time. So if you don't die of starvation, you would die from sickness. We're experiencing economic sabotage right now. Every sector is being affected. Education, name it. Very soon you would see what will happen in the health sector. So this is my message to the judiciary. You see, over the years, mankind has been searching for a system of government that actually works. And we've witnessed chaos and wars ravaging countries because governments are imposed upon people against their will. And when governments are imposed on you against your will, they will never do the will of the people. So intellectuals thought democracy was going to be the solution to some of these problems. And that is why the PEP's tribunal is very pivotal in telling other African countries that democracy is the way out or not. So when people feel they've been violated in the transfer of power, they take to chaos, they take to anarchy. But now this is democracy saying, no, you do not have to be that barbaric. Let's do things in a civilized way. We've given the judiciary the authority to restore democracy. We've given judiciary to restore the hope, the power to restore the hope and the dignity for the common man. It is such a hefty responsibility to all the judges in the house. And to be honest, in all fairness to them, it's not easy, which reminds me of LP's conclusion in their written address, saying that if you give power to Africans, they would misuse it and they cannot govern themselves. If the judiciary fails in this important responsibility, you would have been proving people who made those statements right. And I just want to conclude by saying, if we do not get it right now, we will never get it right again. No matter how burdensome this responsibility is going to be to you guys, please, for the sake of posterity, do the right thing. Otherwise, history will remember you not for all the good things you've ever done in your life, but for this one deed which is going to tarnish your image or make your image for life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Winston. You reminded me of the words of Chief Chimamanda Adichie, where she said, there was an opportunity for, this is a story that has so many opportunities for heroes and villains. To be honest, so many opportunities. And I'm surprised that people are not tapping into it. I'm personally surprised Buhari is Buhari. I mean, I was telling someone recently that Obasanjo tapped into this. Obasanjo knew it that once the people speak, stand with the people, all your crime will be forgotten. See, today now, everybody talks about Obasanjo as if, of course, Obasanjo is like the best president in our democratic era, that's a given. But even his imperfection, people have now decided to embrace it. Like, oh, we agree, leave it like that, we love him. Like, that should tell you something. When the people stand for something, you don't stand with them. You just be on the other side. Look at so many seemingly good people now that are standing with these people, all of them. On the normal, as in, they are people that you used to see as good people. Once they speak for APC, they become enemy of. That's what's happening. I'm sure anytime, if I don't want to mention names, like not to go far, but I need people to understand, the judiciary to understand. This is a story that at the end of it when it is told. Heroes will be mentioned. There will be a hall of fame. There will be a hall of shame. It's really left to you to choose the one you want to belong to. To be honest, it's not. I will not beg you. I will not. If you don't do the right thing, it will also be there in the books to say, oh, this particular person did not do the right thing. Anyway, let's just quickly go to Annette, after which we'll come to this Maxwell. This Maxwell have been dropping back and forth, so let's just take you. Annette, please go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. I stand on all existing protocol, but I just want to say thank you to Emir Sadan, my brother Jimmy. Thank you for holding us up. You've really done well. Um, you've been talking about the 30s, people who are in their 30s and 40s. I'm close to 70. I'm actually 67. When I sent my children overseas to study, my aim was not to keep them there. I was believing God that at this time of my life, with clear eyes, and I'm telling the judiciary that they better do right by the people. They better do right by the people, because most of us who are close to our grave are really praying that we see the good of Nigeria before we pass on. And if the judiciary fails to do right by the people, whether they have private jets or not, they are not going to escape what will befall Nigeria. I happened to spend my Christmas last year in Rwanda. I saw the terrible thing that could happen when justice is not done, when right is not done by the people. People die, and they die in their thousands. Please, the only message I have for the judiciary in Nigeria: money does not buy life. Money cannot give you life. Blood speaks to generations yet unborn. Enough blood has been shed in this land. Every day, people are dying in their millions. What will it cost 5 men in the appeal court, 5 men in the Supreme Court, to give justice to the whole Nigerians who are waiting to have P2B begin to make the laws of the land work? We need the laws of the land to work. Extrajudicial killings will end. Fulani herdsmen will end. Boko Haram will end. Our farmers will return back to the farm. The bandits will go, leave us alone. Chinese companies will work within the constitution of the country. Laws of the land will be obeyed. What do they want to take from Tinubu? Tinubu is one leg inside the grave already. What do they want to take from Tinubu? Tinubu is like cancer. The worst of it all. You cut it off on this side, it comes out on the other side. And cancer never leaves the person it hooks on alive. It takes the life of the person it has gone into. Judiciary, let me tell you, Tinubu will steal your life, steal the life of your children, steal the life of everything you hold dear. Go and ask Onoge. He will tell you, I beg you, allow me to have my children and grandchildren back in Nigeria. I need them. I don't like staying abroad for anything. I don't like it. The highest I can spend, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, I want to come back to Nigeria. Nigeria is a beautiful country. I want to come back to the land where I grew up, where I got married.
Ma, please go on, please.
Sorry, ma, unmute and continue.
Please, I want to come back. Judiciary, do the right by the people. I went to the polling units. I fought an agbero, tied my hair tie on my waist. When he said they will show us, I said, you will soon see an old woman beat a young man down. What will it cost Nigerian judiciary to do the right thing? I beg you, if you are listening to me, if you are anywhere on this space, please, money will not save you. The first place we will block is all roads that lead to the airports. I can tell you this. I strategize very well. All roads that lead to the airports. So you can't reach your private jets. We are going to get you if you don't do the right thing by Nigerians. I yield the mic. Thank you.
Whoa. Whoa. Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I mean, I think I'm going to get that submission cut off that submission after the space and play it. I need the judiciary to know this. I mean, Madam Annette just said she's 67. Justice Samani, the most senior, the lead justice, is 63, maybe 64 now, I don't know. The oldest among them is Justice Ada, and or how they pronounce it, Ada. He is 65 thereabouts. Justice Bolaji is 63. Justice Ugo is 57. Justice Bello is 62. So, I mean, this is somebody that just spoke to you that is senior to all of you. I really hope you listen. I really just hope you listen. Thank you very much, man. All right, quickly, let's go to UC Maxwell. UC Maxwell, please go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Saddam. Good evening to you. Well, meaning good evening, N6, Jimmy, and every other protocol I duly observe. It's a beautiful thing to speak on this space this evening. A very beautiful thing. While N6 was speaking, he spoke about a particular justice who rang a bell, the person of Justice Adeniyi Ademola. You see, like the last speaker spoke, Mrs. Annette, it's unfortunate that these justices do not know that when you play this game with the executive, one day, they will throw you under the bus and use the bus to run over you. It has happened several times. Justice Adeniyi Ademola was once taken to court. A justice of the High Court was taken to court over an allegation of about 58 million naira bribe by a senior advocate of Nigeria. That is not only it. Shebi Buhari arrested him because all of them are criminals. That is not only it. The NJC, National Judicial Council, created a panel to investigate this same Justice Adeniyi Ademola, and he went to court for the court to stop the NJC, whom he is under their employment, who has a disciplinary committee for justices who are erring. He went there to obtain a judgment to stop the NJC from probing him, from questioning him, from bringing him before a panel. These people have soiled their hands so much that they do not know what is right or wrong anymore. They only know what money can buy and what money can pay for. I stated this a lot of times, and I'll state it here. Probably the first time I'll be saying it here. The problem we have in our electoral system, now judiciary custom. Since the year 2003, 2004, 2005, these are when they caused the problem we have today. And believe you me, if they had done things the right ways before now, we will not be where we are today. So it is actually unfortunate. Maybe for some of us, we would like to play good cop, bad cop, good cop, bad cop. Some people will come and massage the back of the judiciary and tell them, do us well now, do us well. Some people will come with the aggressive manner. But I like the judiciary to know that if it gets to the point where the people can no longer believe, because a lot of people no longer believe, as they being the last hope of the common man, that day, anarchy has set in Nigeria. I am telling, it is at that point that everywhere will turn upside down, because the next man would believe that there is nothing he can do, that he can never get justice from the court. And this is the exact position we are with the case that is already in court. 1 million Nigeria has done justice to the petition. That is not what I mean. The final, that's not what I'm coming here to do today. Today on, I'm only going to talk to the judiciary, because that is what the space is all about. I'll tell them very simple things. There are justices who have reigned before you. There are justices who have come, they've gone. Either they've gone because of death, they've gone because of sack, they've gone because of probing, they've gone because of one thing or the other, or by retirement. When you finish, you will go. You will come back to this same society where we are in. Don't think that the armed robbers, the bandits, the Boko Harams and the rest do not know your house. For some of you, we know you very well. We know the estates where you live. We know the fences that you share. We know the churches you attend. You don't attend church alone now. You have church members. We know the mosque that you pray. Just like each and every one of us within our vicinities, we know our neighbors. If we can no longer trust you to do the right thing after putting you in the place of power, there is a problem. And the question I'm going to leave you with is, can you bear the consequences of those problems? I will end here this night. I don't have too many things to say. God bless each and every one of you that have been keeping the stage for this movement. May God continue to strengthen you. Good night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Women Nigeria, thank you very much. Let me just come in briefly. I also want to say something. There's what they call repercussions, and for a very long time in Nigeria, we just do things. We just do things. I'm happy that from this conversation so far, you can see that we have it's very diverse. It is very, very diverse, from the age range to the gender to the one they used to break us past to the tribe and to the religion. I just want to say this because till the end of time, there are names that if you hear, those names are synonymous with something. And unfortunately for the appeal court judges, of which I'm going to call out your names, Haruna Samani, Stephen Ada, Bolaji Yusuf, Misuru Bolaji Yusuf, Bolu Koromo Ugo, and Justice Abba Muhammad. All your names. You have when Nigeria say that there's going to be a book of shame or a book of fame. Your names for the end, till the end of time, because these names I'm calling right now will either make Nigeria or break Nigeria. Your names will be remembered as the names that saved Nigeria or the names that destroyed Nigeria. So just put that behind the mind. It is unfortunate that it had to come at a time whereby Nigerians are paying attention to the system. If this was 2019, you would have gotten away with any false judgment. Trust me. But in this time that we're with you guys in the court every day, we are all lawyers now. We now see. You cannot explain to us how you will do technicality or fraudicality and wipe out 11 charges against one man. There is no how you can do this. It must be a 5/5 judgment in disqualification of Tinubu. If any one of you rules, if one rule for Tinubu to stay one, that name till your descendants, that name will forever be a name that will be attributed to as in that you have wiped out that your generational name. That just take it to the bank. It will be remembered forever that this name, I don't want to call any of your names to preempt anything, but that name will be that name that will remember that name aided in the destruction of Nigeria. Because I tell you, these people you're listening to here, we must take back our country. Whether you give it or you don't give it, we must take back our country. Just take that to the bank. Hopefully, listening, you remember that somebody told people that they must take back their country. You go remember them. No wahala. Well, Nigeria, back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Adam. I mean, some of the when people talk, sometimes it triggers my thought all the time. The first thing that came to my mind was that it is only Tinubu that stays in Aso Villa. Aso Villa was not built in such a way that all the judges will have at least a house inside, so that, if they get there, if you say, because Aso Villa is not safe. Remember, I said this. All the 10 polling units around Villa, Peter Obi won all 10. 10, not 9/10, not 8/10. Peter Obi won all 10. I've published the result many times here. So, Aston Villa is not really safe, but let's assume that is the safest place you can be. But it's only Tinubu that will be there. All these, everybody, you have your house. One of the questions people usually ask, and I don't blame that question, is people usually come to say, have we prepared our mind? If they don't do the right thing, what are we going to do? So when people ask that question, I'm like, I'm not, what, do you want me to come and be saying what I'm going to do? And I don't even think there's one thing we are going to do, like one thing that say, this is the particular thing all of us we are going to do. I said it today, I said, what will happen, and it's good. See,
Let me shock you. Let me shock you. See, I've never in my lifetime, as a Nigerian, I've never in my lifetime seen Nigerians are willing to die for their country. I've never seen Nigerians are willing to die for their country before. I have never, till now. Till now, I have never in my life seen people that say, "I dare ready to die for Nigeria." It has never happened in the history of Nigeria. Say Nigerians they are ready to die for their country. Till now, Nigerians in their millions. Just make una just do am. Push these people, please. Push them. Push them. Push them. Push them.
I was telling the person today that, man, the truth is, what is going to happen, you'll be so surprised, because people have this delusion that, some people are in diaspora, they're not in Nigeria, they cannot. I said it that even within this space, when people talk, we had someone here on the other day that his own approach is to ensure, I don't want to mention what was said or something, but everybody has, it will be so much of a guerrilla warfare that nobody will knows where it's coming from. You will see people that just think that the best way is to just, make sure that your image in the international community is so is in the mud, is everywhere. You will see people that make sure that the ones that want to do, so that's why I said, for me, when that point comes, it will not be something that somebody come and tap you and say, okay, time not reach now. Now this place we go do them. Now so we go do them. We can't do meeting, say, oh, this is what we will do. And today we come out by night. Everybody will just be doing whatever they deem fit. So I really hope you don't try it for your own good. Because there's no house for you in Villa. No house. No protection for you inside Villa. Even Tinubu inside Villa will not be very sure. There's no protection there. Anyway, let's quickly go to our speakers. We'll take Madam Loretta, after which I'll come to Mr. Godswill, after which I'll come to Dr. Olu. Madam Loretta, please go ahead. Loretta, Lorena. Okay, if Loretta is not there, Mr. Godswill, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, guys. I appreciate what you guys been doing the last couple of months. You guys have been the soul and the conscience of Nigerians over the last couple of months. Ambassador Jimmy, Sizzle, well-meaning. I mean, you guys are the heroes. I mean, let me state that this process that we're all going through and experiencing is the biggest and most historic event since the colonization of Africa as a continent. Because the success or failure of this process will decide if the continent needs to be recolonized or Africans, and by reflection, black people all across the globe can govern themselves. This process right here will decide the future of the black population all across the globe. And it's very imperative that we get it right, because if we don't, we will not only fail Nigerians, but and the entire black population all across the globe. Now, let me remind you guys, the Nigerian Constitution is a social contract because it represents the foundational agreement between the government and the people of Nigeria. So that means that Nigerian citizens willingly, and the key word there is willingly, give up certain freedoms and submit to the authority of the government in exchange for protection, security, and the promotion of common good. Yes, this is a social contract whereby the citizens consent to be governed. The key word here is that citizens consent to be governed. And this consent is granted by a democratic process. And by the citizens participating in this democratic process, the people, the citizens, give their consent to be governed by the rules and principles outlined in the Constitution. Now, this consent forms the basis of this contract, indicating that the government's authority derives from the will of the citizens. So, this contract, which is an embodiment of the Constitution, or this contract, which is the Constitution, helps maintain social order, stability, and it provides the framework for maintaining justice and managing the conflict within the society. So, by adhering to the Constitution, both the government and the citizens contribute to the peaceful coexistence of the nation. The current occupant of the Aso Rock does not have the mandate of Nigerian citizens. You cannot govern people that did not consent to be governed. That cannot happen. And it is up to the judiciary to make sure that they are on the side of history by ensuring that whoever is occupying Aso Rock right now that does not have the consent of Nigerian citizens, the mandate, and they don't have the consent of Nigerian citizens, should not govern Nigerian citizens. You can't have a contract where a party to the contract is violating that contract and expect the other party, which is Nigerian people, to still be acting within the framework of that contract. That is not a sustainable strategy. That will not work. It's either the contract, whatever decision you make as a judiciary, would either invalidate the entire Constitution as a whole, and then Nigeria ceases to exist, or you uphold the Constitution as sacred a document as it is, and as a contract that binds the people with the government, and Nigeria will remain one. Thank you. I rest my case.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Godswill. That's just right in time. Okay, quickly, let me just go to Dr. Olu.
Meaning, before you go to Dr. Olu, let me just say this, because I never even follow them talk. All this was when they follow them, they talk, please do the right thing. Judiciary, Judy. If anyone wants to speak to them, you can come up here, speak Igbo, speak Hausa. Let them know we're not fucking joking. One nigga go ma gumiloju atoke lati wo e ma gba body. We won the freaking election. The evidence is right in front of you. Our whole way beyond any reasonable doubt. Am I already Iburu? We are ready to die for our country. Fuck around and find out. I think you don't share no shiri bi dia lubosa. Don't that be maniki by. Shori buruku ke won ti o sele. ẹ ṣe orí burúkú kẹ wo tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ lọ ṣe ẹjọ́ dá ayé gbogbo yín máa bàjẹ́ ní lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan tẹ bá gbọ́ pàù ìbọn kọ́ ló dún o ayé yín ló dún yẹn ayé gbogbo yín máa bàjẹ́ nàìjíríà yẹn kò ń ṣe fẹ́ nìkan gbogbo wa la ní àgbájọ wọn la fi ń sọyà ọwọ́ kan gbẹ́rù sórí ṣẹ́rí gbogbo wa haúsá ibo yorùbá gbogbo mọ̀dàrú tẹ máa ń ṣe yẹn kò lè work mọ́ we are now together we are getting our country back ẹ lọ́ máa gbọ́ ságbára yín báyìí èmi ò ṣàdúrà fún yín pé mo ń ṣe fún yín o ẹ má jẹ́ kó rí yín burú when you do the needful I will pray for you but for now fuck around and find out ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú yìí gbogbo yín lẹ ti gbà bọ̀dẹ̀ ẹ ti jẹ́ dodo ẹ lè sọ dodo it's now left for you your conscience will do the needful ó kù sí yín lọ́wọ́ bóun yẹn gbọ́ bóun yẹn má gbọ́ lálálálálá fuck around and find out back to you well meaning.
All right, thank you very much, Jimmy. All right, we'll just do Dr. Olu, come to happiness, then we'll do if level best is ready, we level best. Dr. Olu, please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, well meaning, and good evening, Saddam, good evening, everybody. Personally, I don't know why I kind of have different opinion, and I kind of psychologically I believe that judiciary will disqualify Tinubu. To be sincere, I have that kind of satisfaction within myself that it is unlikely. There is no, as in, it is beyond it. You have to be a Satan. You have to be superior to Satan for them to do otherwise. That is just my own personal belief. You have to be extremely wicked. As in, you have to be dying with Satan for you to say no, Tinubu actually won this election. That is just my own belief. That is the reason why personally I'm kind of psychologically relaxed, kind of explode